All right, guys, so within the last 6 months, I have made 6 different guys 6 figures in a month or less with organic drop shipping, and 3 of those guys being 6 figures within 1 to 2 weeks. And since on this channel we're all about making big boy money with organic, and most of you guys that watch my channel are hungry to make more money with organic, I thought what better of a video than for me to put all 6 of their case studies together, where you will have 6 different perspectives of all these guys that have done some of the highest revenue numbers in the organic space. All of these guys are from my one-on-one mentorship known as Per Mills Advanced Program, where we work with 4, 5, and 6-figure organic dropshippers to help them scale. So if you're watching this video right now and you haven't even made your first sale with organic, or you're still looking for your first winning product, then this video is not for you. With most of these guys coming from 5K lifetime rev, 10K lifetime rev, 50K lifetime rev, and then doing 6 figures, a lot of the stuff and a lot of the strategies we go over are not gonna apply to you. And this video is gonna be most valuable for somebody who has already made their first few $1,000s in sales with organic. So if you're watching this video and you've already done your first few thousand in sales with organic, 20K in lifetime rev with organic, 1 to 200K in lifetime rev with organic, then you are exactly who this video was made for. And I highly recommend you stick around because there's so much value packed in all of these case studies. Half of them are in-person case studies, which make the perspective just that much better. So with that being said, let's just get straight into the value. Here are 6 different perspectives from 6 organic dropshippers that have all done 6 figures in 30 days or less.
Okay, guys, so today is obviously a little different. This is the channel's first in-person case study. We have my boy Ricky here, who joined the program a few months ago, and he just got off of, what was it, 2 weeks ago, 100K week, maybe a week or 2 ago. And he came down to where I live. We've kind of spent the day together. We went and played some pickleball. We had a drink. We hit some B-dubs, and now we're here at the warehouse, and we're basically just going to kind of sit down and go over, his 100K week. Pretty sure he's already up, I think, 18K for this month already. We're going to show you the numbers, all that fun stuff, and then talk a little bit about what we did to get him there. So Ricky, if you want to, just go ahead and introduce yourself, kind of your age, how long you've been doing organic, and your lifetime rev.
Gotcha. So I'm Ricky. I've been basically doing organic drop shipping since like 2021. Realistically, I started drop shipping back in like 2019, early 2020, doing ads. Then I flipped the script, when I found out about this business model specifically, because it was just such an awesome idea. I would say that my lifetime revenue is probably about almost 160K in total. Obviously, being well over 50% profit. 27. I guess I'm on a little bit of the older side, like my boy, you know what I mean?
Beautiful, Ricky. Okay, guys, we messed up the video, but now we're back. Okay, it's our first in-person case study. Cut us some slack here. So now, just to kind of, put the video on a different vibe off rip, Ricky, if you want to go ahead and pull out your phone, let's go ahead and show everybody the rev, that 100K week, what we're at for this month, all that fun stuff, so they can look through the lens of knowing that it's true. You could even honestly, bro, like walk up to it, update it with your finger so they know it's real.
Yep.
Bang. And now, what are we at for the month to date?
Month to date. Up 20K.
Bang. Fire. Beautiful. So if you guys didn't know, if you're new to the channel, first time seeing a case study, etc., the program Ricky's from is my advanced organic dropshipping program. We're the only program that exists in the space that only works with 4, 5, and 6-figure organic dropshippers and helps them scale. This is where you come if you want to make big boy bucks with organic. If you look at, even just literally one of my most recent case studies was another like 96K week. On average, we have guys doing 10K days, 20K days, 30K days, 100K weeks. So just so you can kind of understand the video you're watching, this is not one of those other programs that you're seeing out here where they're, like, oh, teach you how to make money online, or let's help beginners. This is where, you come to if you're a 4, 5, or 6-figure organic dropshipper and you want to actually start making consistent big boy money with organic. Now, with that being said, and now that all that fun stuff is out of the way, Ricky, I want to kind of just touch base with you, and I want everybody to kind of get a feeling for your past with organic, because you're kind of an OG like me. We almost even started around the same time, or I know obviously you kind of got out of it and then got back into it, but you were around, in the 2022 or 2023 sort of time frame. So could you just kind of give us a look in your past in terms of like what your lifetime rev was? And like, I know you ran up the BMO case with your first product, et cetera, and just give us just kind of what you were doing with your first little bit of success before it all kind of fell off again.
So originally I started this, like 2022, 2023, we're in that same Discord. I definitely saw you in the results channel in there, and I was like, dang, this dude's popping off. I was like, why not me? Literally, I think we started products at the exact same time. Like, I think yours was like a month after. But that product was the BMO case. face. So if you don't know, BMO is just a little character from Adventure Time. And it's just this little 3D printed thing that you put your Nintendo Switch in there, and you would just make it look like BMO, and then you know, and you would find a little YouTube video of his face, and you put it on the Switch. And it was just such a cool idea, and everybody wanted it. And with that, I did like a 10K month. In total, I think I did like 30K revenue with that. So that was probably like $18,000 profit with what I was charging. During that time though, that was like my first massive success. And I don't know, man. I dropped the ball because I was like, oh shit, you know, I just made like, you know, a 10K month. The money was rolling in. I was vibing. I was chilling. I let all of that mess get to my head. And I think I posted like maybe once or twice a day. I didn't even make no videos. I just started reposting and reposting. And I just slowly, you know, I started chilling out. I started just playing a lot more video games, this and that. Stopped doing product research. I stopped doing everything. Everything that would make me the money, that made me that money, I stopped doing it for some reason. I just let it all get to my head. Then right after that, I kept trying to do new stuff. And I just got so married to that idea of the product. I was like, come on, man, I need to find a new product, you know, that's similar to this. And just since then, from 2023 is when I ran that product. All the way from April until like September of that year, I ran that product. And then after that, from that 2023 to right now, like I started the program October, November 2025. From then, bro, could not get another product to go viral.
So what was that, like almost 2 years?
Yeah, bro, it was almost 2 years. And then luckily, I mean, I had already kind of talked to you, you know, when we were in the other Discord or whatever. I mean, because I had already vetted you, I already knew you. We already talked before. And then I finally decided, you know, pull the trigger because I saw you, everybody else, I can't remember who exactly I saw, but I saw everybody else doing, you know, 10K days, 100K months. Everybody else is doing it. And I was like, I already talked to you. And so I was like, dude, I need to go ahead and pull the trigger, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of working, you know, my job and everything. And so I finally did it. And literally within 3 months, bro, 10x, which is insane. So,
yeah, you know, I'm still super grateful that I was able to help you so much, bro. Like a lot of you kind of watching at home, you probably don't understand this or the sentimental value of it, but you know, Ricky's similar to me, kind of a younger guy. He has kids, he has his own daughter, you know, a 7-year-old boy, you know, so it was really, you know, I felt it kind of deep within myself. I really wanted to help Ricky. So then especially with him, well, it was like 3 months into the program that we actually technically started cooking.
Yeah.
3 months into the program, you know, a few calls deep into, you know, what he was struggling with. And like we even had a mindset call, you know, putting down some vices and kind of like, you know, we just really hashed out like what was going to be necessary for him to get to these numbers. And just knowing how much I related to Ricky, and you know, he actually has a family, right? He's not like one of these other like, you know, 16-year-old guys out here where it doesn't even really matter and they could care less. Like he had something he really had to commit to. So like it was really something I was putting kind of a lot of value on, helping Ricky in this position. So now that he's been able to do this, that's half the reason I even, you know, we were talking about before that happened, him coming down to the warehouse. Didn't I tell you something like you had to make a certain amount of money or something like that?
So I was like, come on, bro, please let me come down to the warehouse and hang out. And then, yeah, you were like, yeah, bro, you know, if you can make like 10K and like do another 10K, which I've already done before. So I was just like, fuck it, whatever. So I needed to go ahead, you know, I locked back in. And in my mind, I was like, let me get that 10K. Let me get that 10K. Let me get that 10K. And then, I mean, that's what I was just so focused on. And God, you know, just bestowed upon me, you know, and blessed me.
He always provides.
Yeah, he does.
He always provides. So that's just really, you know, one of the many reasons that Ricky is now our first in-person case study. And man, it feels great to have him here. It feels great for the numbers you've done. I mean, dude, 100K in a week. There's been a few other guys in the program, but, you know, still, even then, it's a very small percentage of people within the organic space that end up hitting 100K weeks. So, I mean, we did something right apparently.
Yeah, we did, bro.
So, with that being said, you know, we obviously already got kind of the background of, you know, where you were at with organic and all these things. But I do want to ask, like, in the meantime of kind of when you decided to get back into organic and then you reached back out to me and you were like, okay, I'm going to get in the program. Was there anything you were doing in that sort of time frame that you were trying to do to start making money with organic again that wasn't working?
I would have to say, like, I basically knew all the basics of organic. The main thing that I always struggled with was my product selection. Like, I knew how to, you know, warm up the accounts. I already had my own aged accounts with, you know, tens of thousands, 20s of thousands of followers. I had all that experience under my belt. I would see products on my burner, bro, and I'm like, nah, that's not gonna work. And I just wouldn't even give it a try, knowing dang well next week I'll see some 15-year-old kid, I just made 200K, and I'm like, dang, that could have been me. So when I finally got, you know, inside the mentorship, I feel like that was the biggest help, was going over product selection, overall product research. Like, that was my biggest fault for sure.
And wasn't it, didn't you tell me earlier today it was the first green on your sheet?
Yes, bro. It was the first green on my sheet. Every other product was either it wasn't even worth mentioning, or it was just complete yellow. And then the one green product I had, I was like, let me go ahead and do it. It's my first green one. Literally, I got the product in not even 2 weeks later, bro. finally 2 weeks later, and then it started printing 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
So
And just to help this make more sense for everybody watching at home, the sheet he's referring to is our kind of sort of Per Mill's patented PR sheet. So if you didn't know, we are the only program in the space that can even offer guaranteed winning products, meaning whatever we tell you, hey, this is a winner, we're going to tell you what it converts at per mill 9 times out of 10, and you can know for a fact the product you're running is going to convert. This isn't like these other guys where they're like, oh, let's test this, let's try this out. We have so much sort of information on the space, and not only that, but my own product knowledge to guarantee you only run winning products. So how we do that is you get this sheet once you join the program, and basically it's all color coordinated, and we leave notes beside a lot of it, but it's sort of mapped out to where if we leave it white, bad product, you can know it's not even worth us really talking about. It'd just be too time consuming to even talk about because it doesn't convert. Yellow is normally like a mid product. It can mean, anywhere from like 400 to 900 per mil, or it can even mean, hey, this product converts, but maybe it's too saturated. It's going to be too hard for us to go viral with. It's going to take too much time. Maybe we know it has back-end issues where you're going to run into a bunch of refunds and chargebacks, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, hey, it converts. This is education for you, but we're not going to run it because we know that's not what's best for you. And then you have greens, which is, hey, this is good enough for us to run. It doesn't fit the criteria of a yellow, and it converts 1K per mil or more. Let's go run it. And then, of course, we include the conversions per mil beside most of those. So from there, literally the first green Ricky got from us that we actually approved from him is the product that he went and did this 100K week with. And that's really like, that's a lot of the position. Like that's half the reason I even made the program the way it is now, where it's like we only work with 4, 5, and 6 figure organic dropshippers, because being as advanced as I was, being a 7-figure organic dropshipper myself, I realized there's nothing like that out there for you guys, especially probably a lot of you guys watching this video right now. You don't have education where it's specifically catered to you, and you already being an established organic dropshipper, already have, 4 figures in lifetime rev, 5 figures in lifetime rev, maybe even made multi 6 figures, and you don't have any outlet to where you can go invest in coaching and you actually get help that actually goes and makes you more money. The only thing you could even invest in, or before this program was made, are these other random mentorships that, give you the same advice that they're giving to beginners. It just doesn't make sense. And that's why kind of a lot of you more advanced guys get burned. And that's, a big reason that this program was even created, because guys like Ricky, as you could already hear, like he already knows the basics. We don't have to go over, priming an account, warming up an account. We don't have to go over all these little things. It turns into you just getting super informed decisions, the right decisions all the time, things like, winning products being picked for you, and the right type of content working for that product at the moment. And then you go off and do that. And you kind of use us as your huge decision maker, which, these sort of lower level entrepreneurs, or I guess more beginners just getting into business, they don't understand the level or the value decision making has on your business. Like literally the decisions we gave Ricky were the difference between him making $0 and 100,000 in a week. With that being said, now we already have kind of went over where you started, the things you were doing to try and improve, why you joined the program, all that fun stuff. So if you could just kind of give us a little walkthrough of what it was like for you when we did get that product to pop off, in terms of like not only what you were doing, what the coaches were doing, what helped you with the program while it was popping off, all of that fun stuff, kind of from the beginning of it getting greenlit.
So where do we start? First, I would say like within like a week and a half, I was posting, 2 to 3 videos a day. And then at first, like the videos were getting like 10 to 20K views, maybe 50K views. I started getting a couple outliers here and there. And then one video kind of popped off. It got like 100K views within like 2 days. And then I went to work one night. I went into work, and then I came out of work, and the video was still at 100K views. And then I went to bed, bro. And then out of nowhere, I woke up the next morning. And y'all know this, I have the proof inside the group chat, bro.
Dude, this guy missed out on like 20K, bro, because you went to sleep, and the video ended up popping off, and then it was still like hours into the morning before you could even get the site up.
Yes, bro. Because like you said, like my first time back in the game in like 2 years. Like I already knew how to do all the back end stuff, but I haven't made a Shopify store in like almost 2 years. And so, they changed up a little bit of the back end and how you do this and how you do that. But I still, knew all the basics. So I threw it up as fast as I could. Dude, back in my prime, I could probably throw up a website like hour and a half, 2 hours tops max. But yeah, I woke up, that video hit like almost 12 million views. So I definitely missed out on like 10, 15K on that. And then popped out that store around like 4:30. Dude, I literally put the website link inside the bio. And then, I went to the actual bio and I was typing, get it here, worldwide shipping. As soon as I was typing that out, ding, 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 cha-chings all day, bro. That day, and it only ended up being a half of the day. So basically from 5 o'clock all the way to midnight, bro, that was a 20K day.
20K, and what is that, like 7 hours?
Yes, bro. And that definitely could have for sure been like, honestly, a 50K day.
Yeah.
Insane.
I agree.
And then the next day was also crazy. Another 30K day, back to back to back, and another 10K day, and then another 15K day. So it was going crazy. And so when all that was happening, I was getting all these sales coming in. I was getting all these emails, and so I hurry up. I was talking to you. I was talking to Samuel. Y'all were helping me out, and they were like, "All right, Ricky, we need to hurry up and do this." Hurry up and got on a call with Samuel. We fixed my website up just a little bit, optimized it a little bit more for some conversion rate, of course. We got customer support set up. We did all the covered all our bases, crossed our T's, dotted our I's.
All those systems in place that actually took the headache off of you.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. And then honestly, we've been printing from there. Been pretty chill.
So, and see, like this, guys, this is why I'm such a big advocate for a website dev. Of course, everybody should know how to make a website. If you have 4, 5, or 6 figures in lifetime rev with organic, you should know how to make a website. But it's all about really leverage and opportunity costs, and all the way down to the decision making. Like, think of Ricky, if he were to implement a website dev at that moment, instead of trying to build his own website, it'd have been 2 hours. And sure, the website, even if it's not to your liking or you could have made it better, that can happen afterwards. But it's why would you decide to? And of course, this isn't at a fault of Ricky, but this is just more of kind of where it gets into how we operate and how we systemize organic when it comes to teams and systems. Is that, for instance, like, imagine if Ricky used a website dev, which he should have, but it all happened really fast. It is what it is. It could have been banged out in an hour, at least a rough enough template to where he's converting already, and then we dial everything in like we did. But Ricky, what you got dialed in with customer support like the first day?
First day, bro. That's
And now that's not
just
just customer support. Ricky knows what it is now. I love it every time I get to introduce like the customer support team on steroids to people. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, because they do so much more than just your emails. Like, they dial in literally everything. Have you had any stories of them cussing out your supplier yet?
No.
They do that, bro. They're top G's. Yes, bro. Like, they automate like virtually half of your business. So they're dealing with your chargebacks, the emails, the actual conversation with your supplier that you have to have every day. That's out the window. Literally all you do after you implement what we implemented for Ricky is just find winning products and film. That's literally basically all you do now, right?
Yeah, basically.
So beautiful. Awesome. So with that being said, do you feel like, and I want to know your honest opinion, you can answer this as truthfully as you want. Do you feel like you could have got to these results without joining the program?
No, sir. I already told you. I could not do it, bro. Like, I don't know why. I see products all the time on my For You page that you have said have been winners, for past people, for people that were already inside the group. And then I would just pass them by. I'm like, no, there's no way somebody would buy that. And for some reason, I would always pass up on those.
Yeah.
And so finally, I just basically did what he said inside the program. He's like, yeah, run that product. Because at first, when I was first doing the product research sheet, like, I would only do products that I would think was good. You're like, bro, why are you sending me like 5 products?
Yeah.
And so you're like, no, every single product you see that you get that slight thing, send it in there so we can always look at it. And so I started doing that. And honestly, I wasn't even going to run that product that you told me about, because I was like, no, there's no way somebody's going to buy that. And look where we're at now. So
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm having that paradoxical shit.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. So, I think we already prefaced this, but I kind of forgot to go over those details. What platforms are you hitting on, or platform? Just IG?
Straight IG. I was trying to do Facebook Reels. Like, I did have a Prime Facebook, but Facebook keeps banning my account. I already tried 2 different accounts. I tried to do TikTok as well, just for old time's sake.
Yeah.
TikTok's not doing anything. I did kind of try YouTube Shorts as well. First couple of videos got 1,000 views, but right after that, the next couple of videos just 15 views. So it's like, whatever. Instagram's printing for me. That's really all you need, anyways.
Yeah, it always is IG, and that's how we really get the best results that this space even sees in terms of numbers and revenue for students, is because, bro, we've been the guys that have cracked IG longer than anybody else. Like, we've known since the beginning, when everybody was still trying TikTok and like, oh, YouTube Shorts can become a thing, yada yada yada. We've been dialing in IG, and of course now Facebook, since the beginning. Like, I'm sure that's what helped you pop off a lot, was a bunch of the IG strat stuff that we kind of all go over. We go over in coaches calls. There's all kinds of actual course material in the program, and that's like, one of the biggest things that everybody says the moment they join is it's just IG. And there is not a lot, like, the best way to explain this is, sure, you can have products that may hit on TikTok. You can have products that may hit on YouTube, but almost any and all products, if they do hit, they hit on IG. And IG is the biggest view printer that exists. And there's still guys out there somehow that, they may get even views on IG, but they still don't understand IG. And I feel like we truly are like some of the only people that have really systemized and understand IG to the level we do to get as much views and as consistent views on these IG accounts. So, with that being said, I think that's everything I have for y'all. In this off, like I do every other case study that I've ever recorded. And I want to ask you, Ricky, what you would say to somebody watching at home that maybe has seen my videos, not seen my videos, but they're watching this video and they're on the fence about joining the program, but aren't quite ready to pull the trigger, what would you say to that person?
What I say? There's a lot of things I would say, honestly. I mean, why are you even still on the fence about it? I mean, look at me. Don't even just look at me, but look at everybody else that Ethan has helped. Like, he has a proven track record of multiple people hitting six figures in a month and multiple people either hitting six figures in a week. And that's just only, a small percentage still.
That's literally been within the last like 60 days. We
Yes,
had like
bro.
5 different guys hit like 100K weeks.
Yes, bro. And so, I mean, if you're out there struggling like I was, like, bro, yes, I did kind of know organic a little bit, but that was like 2 years ago. And then I finally joined the mentorship. I got back through the course really quick. I had a couple calls with these guys, and I was like that, bro. And I instantly 10x my lifetime revenue in the span of a week. And now I'm chilling here with Ethan inside the warehouse. So we're out here living life.
Yeah. And then, what are your thoughts on the warehouse now that you've seen?
Oh, dude, the warehouse is so dope. It's such a vibe, honestly, bro. I can't wait to get my own. I mean, another couple more months, low key by summer, I might get my own. So we'll see.
Easy, bro. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel with another case study. Today we have my boy Graham, who has done $100,000 in a single week, something as crazy as like a 30K day with random 10 and 20K days thrown in there. And if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am or what this video is, my name is Ethan Hayes. I'm a 7-figure organic dropshipper, and I'm the owner of the highest level of coaching that exists within the organic dropshipping space, where we take 4, 5, and 6-figure organic dropshippers and help them make their first or their next multi-six figures and turn organic into an actual legitimate business. The program that this student Graham is from and that this case study is from is not your classic little make 10K a month online mentorship. This is where you come if you're an established organic dropshipper and want to start making, real big boy bucks with organic. And on today's case study, we have my boy Graham joining us. Graham, if you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody at home watching with, your name, your age, and then kind of your background with organic, as in, how long you've been doing it and all that fun stuff.
All right. So yeah, I'm Graham. Like you said, I've been doing organic for about on and off inconsistently since I was 14. So about 3 years now. But then I seriously dialed in whenever I started watching Ethan's videos, his free videos on YouTube. And then I was like, I got to join his mentorship. So I forgot to say my age and where I'm from, but I'm 17. I'm from Georgia, United States.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for that, Graham. So before we get into, virtually anything else, let's go ahead and, show everybody at home what they're waiting on. Let's throw up the results. I know you have it kind of ready on your phone there. Let's go ahead and show them the 100K week. And of course, update it so they know it's real. Okay, kind of get it closer. 96K in a week, virtually a 100K week. And what was your highest rev day? And boom, February 6th, a $30,000 day. And what are your profit margins?
My profit margins are 65% with the upsells that Samuel told me to add.
65%. So in a single day, you made almost $20,000 in profit.
Yeah.
And how old are you again?
17. Just turned 17 in the mentorship.
At 17 years old, bro, that is diabolical. I never got to ask you because I know your mom was involved with you, investing in the program and all that fun stuff. What has her reaction been like to you doing well over 50K profit in a single week?
Well, she's always telling me she's so anxious in everything I do. And originally she wasn't letting me, I don't know if you remember, join the mentorship, but I convinced her finally. And dude, she was just blown away. She was so shocked and she kept telling me how proud she was of me. And dude, honestly, just great reactions from my brother, my dad, and my mom.
That's awesome, bro. So everybody was pumped about it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's insane, bro. So with that being said, Graham, if you could just kind of give us perspective on your past with organic and kind of what you were doing or struggling with the most with organic before joining the program.
Okay, so I started when I was 14. And I had never really done much. I had maybe one sale from Honolulu, Hawaii. Tammy Gibson was her name. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But it was with ads. I was messing around with TikTok ads and I put about $20 in. And I don't even think I made money off that sale. Honestly, I was not really anything organic wise before joining the program.
And guys, keep in mind, so now the program is advanced only. We only accept 4, 5, and 6-figure organic dropshippers, not complete beginners. Graham is a caveat to that. He joined before we made that switch a few months back. Did you run any products outside of that one that you ran the Spark ads on?
Yeah, so I ran the little hover puck. I'm not sure if you remember it. It was
Mhm.
like
I
yeah,
do.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so that thing, I ran that. I basically just stole the competitors' videos. I posted them on Instagram. I had one video with 12K views, not a single sale, and my websites were terrible. Like it was just I maybe ran 3 products in that time. I didn't even know you're supposed to run like a bunch.
Wow, okay. And was that organically?
Yeah, yeah, that was all organic. After ads on that one time, I didn't make money. I was just like, okay, everyone's talking about organic. So then I never spent another dollar on ads.
And so what was your total, obviously your sales were basically zero, but what was your total views that you had done before joining the program?
Maybe like 40K from ripping competitors' videos.
Okay. 40K views. And like, in that meantime, what was the time frame on that? Like with those few things you were talking about trying? Like was that all the way up you joined the program or, was there a time where you weren't doing organic at all? What was the time frame on you starting organic all the way up to the mentorship?
I was pretty on and off when I was 14. I would like go for a few months and then go off for a few months. So I couldn't give you like I was doing it for a year straight. But I mean, in that time where I was on and off, it was only about 40K views.
And so, with that being said, and as we kind of get closer to your current situation after joining the program, why did you decide to choose me over, all these other random YouTubers out there?
So I saw you on YouTube. Obviously, like I was just searching up like how to do drop shipping, like go over the basics a million times until I perfected it. Honestly, like the thing with you is, I mean, it's like you really gave different like unique advice. And then I started looking at other people's videos and it just felt like a watered down version of what you said in yours. So then I just started like binge watching all of your videos and bro, I got like I don't know, dude, my videos I could tell a difference. I looked a few months ago and I look now and it's just like it's so much better. And the burner tips, those were good too on your
Yeah,
shorts.
that's funny you say that. That literally is the case. Not very many people know that. I couldn't tell you how many videos out there that the people's favorite YouTubers or their favorite organic dropshipping gurus that they watch are out here. And, they're basically they just steal my video. They just basically 9 out of 10 of these guys they just kind of go steal one of my past videos and make a variation of it. So a bunch of my original ideas, which is unfortunate for everybody else out there because they think they're getting bestowed like this insane wisdom, and little do they know it's just regurgitated information from somebody else. But that's beyond the point. I kind of want to just like see where you're mentally in the past before joining the program.
I was really just running through the motions of what people said worked, and I honestly didn't have any mindset. I didn't realize how important it was to like believe you're gonna achieve something before you achieve it. And I was just kind of lost. Like I was posting the videos. I was maybe doing a post a day. I didn't even know you were supposed to post 2 or 3 a day. I was just mentally like progress nowhere, mentally just going through the motions.
Okay, so now that we have kind of like your past situation before the program out of the way, I kind of want to like I actually have never done this on a case study, but I feel like it'd be pretty good to include. So it'd be awesome if you could kind of just for everybody at home that is interested in joining the program and that's why they watch these videos, if you could kind of just give them a rundown of sort of the process that went into us running up this 100K week. Now I know there's another product we did like 10K with or something like that. So if you could just kind of give them the step by step, obviously we can be past the you getting onboarded and the few onboarding steps, but kind of just, include all the details of, your product research sheet, if it was greenlit on there, the calls that we had, or, maybe if we implemented the IG strat and that's what flipped the switch and, helped pop one of these products off, et cetera, et cetera. So kind of just like a detailed process of what we were doing together, you and, me and your other coaches for us to get to this point.
So it all started, I was doing product research. I saw my first product, the one that did 10K. I put it on my sheet, Ethan marked green on it. So I ordered it. I was just testing all different types of concepts my competitors did. And then I hopped on a call with Ethan and he gave me a rundown of the IG strat. And once I did that, I banged out a 3.4 million view video. It generated, I think that was my first $1,000 a day. I just started like ever since that point, I've just been banging out a few $100 days on that product while running my other ones. Then I
Are you
found
still running that product?
I am, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it
What?
still generates me those few $100 a day sometimes, like
Nice.
$300, $400 days. And then yeah, on my other product, the one that 6 figure week,
Didn't you find that in a
I had
group
this
call
little
with
app I
Sebi?
built. Oh yeah, yeah, I found that in a group call with Sebi actually. Live product research call. And he said it was a good product, so I ordered it immediately. And I built this little app so I could, mix match all my competitors, hooks, concepts, and sounds. And then I just started, it gave me all the variations.
The app he's referring to is it's actually really cool. It's like this patented app that he created with AI. That's only for inner circle use. So it's kind of like per mills, like IG strat, but now you can kind of go off on your tangent of how you created that app and how you used it for organic and that product specifically that did the 100K week.
Yeah, so what I did was base 44, not sponsored. I just put in the prompt, basically Ethan's IG strategy. I just explained it. I did a little bit of tweaking, and all I did was I looked at my competitors' top videos. I put it on a Miro board. I got my competitors' top concept, text hook, and sound. I put it in the app, and it generated me all these crazy videos. And my first video I posted with that, 110 million views. About 4 videos later, did 20 million views. And then I implemented Samuel's strategy, and then that did another combined like 40 million views. You know, it was
Are you talking
crazy.
about Samuel's like sort of reposting strategy?
Yeah.
And then any other beautiful little details you want to leave us with? What kind of happened from there? Was that 110 million view vid? Is that the 30K day?
Actually, I think it was the day after that because I think I hit like kind of a bad audience on that. I think that was my 15K day, and then the day following my 15K, I did a video. I had 2 videos go viral with like 20 million views, and that's what did me my 31K day. The audience was so much better. And I did, Samuel ran me through some website conversion tricks, and dude, it was just popping after that.
That's beautiful, bro. 30K day, 100K week. Beautiful, my G. So with that being said, how long was it? Like, what was your actual time frame? How long were you in the program before we started seeing noticeable results, even from that first product?
It took me about 2 months to get my first winner really going, my content dialed in, and that's when I started making money. And then about half a month later is when I got my, crazy product, and I just started, ripping.
Beautiful, bro. It's every single time, every single case study, like 9 out of 10 of it's 2.5 months. So like 2 to 3 months, every single case study. That's some crazy data. So that's amazing, bro. With that being said, all these great things we've accomplished, all the great things we're going to go accomplish, let's just kind of throw that to the side and talk about the program specifically. I just want to know what was like, I guess I asked this in a lot of the case studies. What was one of your most favorite parts of the entire program? It could be one or multiple things.
My favorite part of the program would definitely be like hopping on the one-on-one calls, especially when we go over, like there's like a certain time limit so you guys can get everybody in, but going over that time limit and just like having like real conversation, that's definitely my favorite part. Just like actually building connections with the coaches and other students for sure. Like you can network with all the students in the program. Like if I didn't do that, I don't know that I'd be making that much money.
Yeah. And that's what's great about us being the highest level of coaching that exists with an organic and being so advanced. There's guys in there like Graham who are banging out 100K weeks. We just had another student, Ricky, today who's banging out 20K days, probably also going to be 100K plus. We got all these guys in here at multi 6 figures. I could see how beneficial that it is beneficial, especially to guys like Graham, who before that 100K week was only at, like 10, 20K lifetime rep. So I agree with that totally, bro. Now, with that being said, where do you think you would be if you never would have joined the program?
Honestly, don't know that I'd still be doing organic. Like, I would just have to, I hate to say this, like, I don't want to put my mind in a box, but like, be realistic. Like, my mom wants me to go to college so bad, I wouldn't have any ground to stand on. I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today. Not without all these great people, all the great coaches.
I appreciate that a lot, brother. I appreciate that a lot. So I finish off all of these case studies with the same question, but Graham, I just kind of want to know what you would tell somebody that's watching this video right now that's on the fence about joining the program, but hasn't quite gotten to the point of, pulling the trigger. What would you say to that person?
Yeah, I was in the same place. It took me about it took me some time watching Ethan's videos to really just trust him. You automatically just have this assumption like everyone's out to just get your money. This guy and the team, they actually just want to help you. Like, obviously they make money off of it, but like, just do it, bro. Just do it. That's all I can say. Cause like anything I tell you, you're obviously going to dismiss too. But if you're really serious about organic and you want to take it to the next level, just join this program.
That was perfectly said, Graham. I appreciate that a lot, bro. And I appreciate how genuine you were about it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We are back with another case study for the channel. Today, we have Bray, who just got done doing 100K in 30 days. Bray was actually supposed to be here for an in-person case study today, but we both kind of had some personal issues pop up, so he wasn't able to make it. But of course, we're still going to get this recorded for you guys. So hopefully you guys gain some value from this video. If you're new to the channel, this is where we go over all things related to making big boy money with organic. And what me and Bray are about to discuss is his results from inside of my one-on-one mentorship known as Per Mills Advanced Program, where we only work with 4, 5, and 6-figure organic dropshippers. Or if you are an active organic dropshipper that's been trying organic forever, but just aren't quite seeing the results you want to see yet and want to get to those results a lot faster. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let Bray, if you could introduce yourself just with your name, your age, where you're calling in from, and then your now current lifetime rev with organic.
Yes, sir, man. So My name is Bray, and I've been doing organic for 4 or 5 years now. Super inconsistently though. I'm 22, about to be 23 in July next month actually. So before joining the program, I only did like 2 or 3K lifetime rev, maybe a little more. But yeah, I then joined the program, and we're going crazy now.
And what's your lifetime rev now?
Coming up on 150K now, and pretty much
150K.
all this last month. It's crazy.
Yeah, beautiful, bro. And where are you calling in from? I know it's in the U.S. What state?
Colorado, just in Colorado.
I mean, of course I knew that, but I wanted to give everybody else context. So
Yes, sir.
with that being said, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go over basically everything we can without leaking too much of his actual product, because of course he's still ripping with it to this day. And we're going to go over basically all the strategies, all the little things that came up along the way of running this product that, you know, allowed us to help Bray get to this 100K in 30 days and that same just single product still ripping. So of course we're going to give you guys what you want before we get into that. Bray, if you could go ahead and pull up your dashboard for us, just so we can go ahead and get the results and the proof out there before we talk about, you know, how we got to that point. Okay, perfect. It's there. Beautiful. Yeah, of course, just try to move your mouse along the dashboard just so they see it's, you know, in real time.
Yep. Yes,
Beautiful.
sir.
Beautiful. 106K in 30 days from May 7th to June 6th. And I know in May alone, it was like what, like 90K for May?
Yeah, right above 90K.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Okay, you don't have to share anymore. That's all we need to see. Perfect, bro. Awesome, bro. So before we jump into all the good stuff and a few of the tweaks and things we did along the way, I kind of want to just get a little bit more of, or, you know, to give the audience a little bit more of your background. I know you kind of already touched base a little bit on how long you were doing organic and all that stuff, but I want to know kind of not only how long you were doing organic before joining the program, but like an actual kind of detailed storyline of what that was like. Because I know you said it was inconsistent. I know you joined the program at, you know, 2 to 3K lifetime rev. So I just kind of want to know kind of from when you first started trying organic, how things kind of played out up until you got into the program.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years in the past. It was just pretty much what everyone sees. I mean, you scroll on YouTube and you find literally everybody just talking the lifestyle and organics the way and all this. So, I mean, you just try it from there. And I mean, I'll get a few like some products that would work, maybe like a few hundred, but it would die off. But I mean, I'd be super
like a few hundred in sales.
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe a few hundred in sales, maybe like, yeah, I think I had one product in like 2 years ago in the summer. I did like 3K, but it was like straight India. That was like my main of my revenue before.
What product was that?
It was the AirTag insoles. Like, it's terrible product, like literally terrible. Like, I mean, it converted so bad, but I hit like 70% India. So, I mean, like things like that pop up, and then it's just like you overthink like crazy, then you're inconsistent for like the next year. So that just happened for 4 or 5 years. And then this last year, I came across you on YouTube and really seen a whole different vibe. I mean, it's just instead of like flexing the lifestyle and it was all that like you usually see, it was more of just straight to the point. And I mean, hour-long videos. It wasn't just like do this, it was in detail. And so finally locked in and stayed consistent for like a year and started getting some success just following your YouTube even, and then got to the point where I can join the program, and now we're taking off.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. So how many products would you say within that like 4 or 5 years did you test before getting into the program?
Oh man, I probably maybe like 30 to like 40, I'm guessing. I mean, it was from straight beginning. So like, I mean, my content was terrible, and just trying to get
I remember seeing your first few videos, even after those 4 or 5 years of you first getting into the program.
Oh yeah, of course.
We're going to get to like, you know, what we've accomplished now, but I just want the viewers to kind of get this perspective. How many products did you test after joining the program before this one that's done 100K in 30 days?
We're like two or three once we were in the mentorship, like crazy. And even the other ones, like we had momentum with them, but it was more like you can still see it going the way, but you don't want to like just waste your time. So yeah, we moved and pivoted
exactly,
and then blew up. Yeah,
exactly, bro. Like that's the benefits of guaranteed winning products. For those of you watching, if you don't know, we're also not only we're the highest level of coaching within the space, but we're also the only program in the space that offers guaranteed winning products, meaning every single product that we tell you to run, it's going to be a guaranteed winner. It's going to convert at whatever we tell you it converts at per mil. So that was perfect. Like that contrast was perfect, bro, because it really does show literally that is the difference, or was the difference in you doing it for doing organic for 4 or 5 years, testing 30 products and doing 3K. You join the program, you test 2 to 3 products, which every single one of those we made a few bucks from. But, you know, as we're constantly strategizing, we got rid of them, whatever. But literally by your third product, you do 100K. That's crazy, bro. Because not only like all the different parts of the program that are super beneficial, but just winning products alone, just us picking your products. You know what I mean? Look at what that did. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing is that product research sheet every week. Dude, all right, that product's bad. I'm picking up this product. I know exactly what I'm gonna get out of it if I get my views. Like it's literally perfect, and you don't waste your time with that stuff at all.
Yeah, bro. And that definitely is the volume of products you're testing. 100% probably is about 80% of what dictates, how much money you're going to make in a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? I just made a YouTube video on that the other day, the execution speed of products. And when you have handpicked, guaranteed winning products, you basically can infinitely be testing as fast as it's even possible. So that's great, bro. That's awesome. So even though I know you tested the 30 products and you did 2 to 3K lifetime rev, do you happen to know how many views you had done in that time frame as well?
Probably, besides the insole product, probably very little. But that insole product, it blew up like crazy on IG. Like there was videos with even 50 million views, but it was 80% India, terrible. It was maybe $100, not even probably $10 per mil. It was terrible.
That's horrible, bro. So really bad targeting too.
Yeah, so that content was decent. That content was good. But besides that, I mean, maybe a few million views. I mean, yeah. And product selection probably wasn't very good, so it wasn't going to convert anyways.
Yeah,
so.
Wouldn't matter. Well, so I know you said that leading up to you getting inside the program, you were watching, my YouTube, and that was what was starting to help you find success. But what were you doing to try and kind of help yourself, or trying to, I guess, start making it work outside of, just joining the program?
My main thing was just staying consistent, or trying to be consistent, because that was at least what I thought was my main problem from even years back. It probably wouldn't have mattered because I was probably following the wrong people and doing the wrong strats and stuff. But my personal problem was staying consistent. I never tested enough products at one time. I would just get one product and that'd be it for the next 3 months. And I would just try to make it work. And it's just not the right strategy. Yeah. So I think that was pretty much it with that for me.
And so what, you were just basically watching a bunch of random YouTubers?
Yeah. Yeah. Back then. Yeah. It was all sorts of crap. I mean, even just the paid ad, because I even went back in the past and did try to do paid advertisements. Man, I tried all sorts of crap, dude. Yeah, never made a dime at all.
Okay, valid. I mean, that's kind of the same thing I hear from everybody, especially on case studies, just watching random people on YouTube, bouncing back and forth from paid ads, everything outside of the program just not working. But, now that we're getting into kind of the program, how we ran this product up, all that stuff, I am just curious, what made you choose me, over all the random little organic drop shipping mentorships that are out there?
Yeah. I mean, I touched on it a little bit with just by seeing your videos on YouTube being a whole different vibe. And it's more of, this is what to do, from a business standpoint, instead of just saying, here's my lifestyle and join my program and you'll get what I got. It wasn't that. It was more of, I'm going to show you a 6-hour long video of literally details on details of what you can do, and that'll help you make it. And then, get to the program and go from there. We had talks on Discord for almost a year until I actually joined the program. So it was more of even just a personal standpoint, just yapping to each other.
Yeah.
And just talking to each other, and we have similarities. You have a son, I got a son. So it's just it just felt right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect you put it that way, because that's essentially my entire goal with YouTube is I try to help as many people as I possibly can with as much free content as humanly possible. And then outside of that, the program was birthed because I realized there were people out there that, wanted help outside of just, kind of me talking on a screen. You get what I'm saying? So it allowed me, the program itself allowed me to take guys like you who are ready to kind of, take it up a notch and personally help you. So you literally went perfectly kind of down that line.
Yeah, because I mean, none of those dudes do hands-on showing you behind the scenes and all that stuff. I think that was the biggest thing. You can get the format of what to do, but then from your end, you show exactly how you are doing it from your standpoint and everything. And it's just use those examples and helps me in general. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's beautiful. That's awesome. So to get on kind of the psychological part of things before we move on to kind of some strategy and what we did for this product, I just want to know kind of, because I know you have, a newborn son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5 months now.
And so what was it like for you before joining the program? And now, we've done 100K. I mean, I'm sure, of course, this is life-changing for you, but how was it before that? Working the 9 to 5, how were you feeling, I guess, day to day?
Yeah, I mean, super stressed out, knowing I need to make something happen. I can't keep working. I mean, I worked at fast food, so I mean, you can picture it. I mean, that's just, I'm there 30, 40 hours a week, just working paycheck to paycheck just to keep a roof over our head and feed our family. And that's literally what I did, but I tried to do drop shipping as much as I could when I got home. Like I'd be at work, bro, scrolling on my burner trying to find the next product and
Yeah.
things like that. So yeah.
It's crazy how similar our stories are too, bro, because like I brung this up on a case study with Ricky, who was one of our in-person case studies. And, he has a few kids and it's like, I feel super drawn and compelled. Not only do I feel super drawn to just help people in general, but then especially guys like you that I relate so much with, kind of like young dads. A lot of these guys who we help and even watch these videos don't really understand what that's like. But, I don't know if you knew this, but also around when my son was like 5, 6 months old is when I made organic kind of start hitting like that. You know what I
I
mean?
remember you telling me that, dude. That's just a motivator. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, you did it. Why can't I? Like, literally,
Yeah,
that's
no,
just how it is.
exactly down the same line you did, bro. Just, working a 9 to 5, going as hard as I could. I know you already talked about your partner supporting you a lot. I had a partner that supported me a lot.
Yeah.
She basically put her faith in me and, I put my faith in God and then bang, boom, bow.
Absolutely, man.
Just like that, bro. Yeah, it's crazy. Literally, our stories are almost the exact same, bro. I'm just so glad I was able to, help you do the same, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. So with that being said, let's talk about the good stuff. How are we feeling now?
a lot less stressful. I mean, we just at home now, bro. We just working on the business now and so
I love
much
it,
more hours able to just spend with the family and just be present. Like that was my biggest thing, especially working in a fast food job, gone all day, and then you try to come back and you do the business. Like there's no being present, and that was my biggest thing that messed with me. It's
Yeah,
like I
bro.
needed to make it work to be able to be present and be with my family and actually give them the right energy I need to be able to give them. So
Yeah, bro, that was fire. That's beautiful. And to get kind of now to start kind of transitioning into the product and some strategies and stuff. I know, your main product that just ripped, it doesn't take much time. How much time is that taking you? Let's say just per day or per few days, or let's just say per video. If you could kind of give us the rundown on how many hours of work are you having to put towards that product that just did 100K in 30 days?
Man, probably not even more than an hour, honestly. Now that it's like ripping and stuff, I mean, to film like one video, it's maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And same thing with editing, 5 or 10 minutes, get it done, edited. And usually when I go out and film, I do it like once or twice a week. And I just film clips, multiple videos in one go. And then
Yeah.
literally just have to edit it. And it takes 10 minutes of video and
Yeah, bro.
I'm ready to post, man.
Yeah, that's the beautiful part about the Meta strat or our IG/Facebook strat, bro. It's kind of like autopilot, especially if you have not only the winning product that you're running, which is something we also prioritize within our winning products. Like as like actually, is this super easy to film for? How much time is this going to take you? Are you going to have to break an arm and a leg? And with yours only taking like 5 minutes per video, and then on top of that, you dial in the IG strat or the Facebook strat, it becomes like literally snap of the finger because it just almost becomes autonomous, literally. So with that being said, if you could fill in the audience on like what platform is hitting the best for you, what platforms you're hitting on, et cetera, et cetera.
IG and Facebook, literally it. I mean, honestly, I don't even post on TikTok or YouTube anymore. Once it starts ripping on IG, I don't even worry about it. So yeah, I mean, the like 60K of it is Facebook, absolutely going crazy. And now it's fully switched to IG, like both converted pretty much the same, like 2K per mil. So we're just printing views, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. And would you say that the IG strat works just as good on Facebook?
Yeah, literally, it looked just the same. Yeah, and you don't have to do anything different. You just post it from your IG, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's something I've been preaching forever. TikTok's not even worth it at this point anymore. It's always worth it to post on YouTube because, every now and again you do just so happen to run into that 1 in a million product that actually converts on YouTube. But for the most part, if you ever end up getting an IG or a Facebook to hit, your very first thought, your very next step is everything focused on that platform and that account. And like, let's say you have like Bray in his situation, since he has us implementing the content strategy and whatnot for him, it's a bit of a different story. He gets to hit on both platforms. But a lot of the time, guys end up hitting on just IG or just Facebook. At that point in time, the very first thing you should do is immediately strategize all of your content for what is working on that specific platform and account. So if it's Facebook, you kind of just say, okay, IG, I'm gonna let you do your thing. Let me just, all my text hooks, all my audios, all my captions, my visuals. This is everything I'm strategizing towards that and what's working on this specific platform. And a lot of the time, like, if you actually have a good IG strat like Bray got, basically once you're dialed in on one of them, the other one starts hitting. And it kind of just, boom, feeds into each other. And yeah, bro, that's beautiful. So with that being said, Could you kind of run us through, I guess, the time frame of like running this product, picking it up, starting it? Because I know we had, some ups and downs with accounts when we started running this product before it hit like crazy. Could you run us through basically that whole scenario of like, the few issues we had in the beginning when you started running it, how long it was after you started running it that it started hitting and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so pick the product up, just testing all sorts of concepts, testing normal. I mean, within probably 2 or 3 weeks, it was getting some good outliers. We went from there and started our split testing. We got immediately some viral videos and converted pretty well from Facebook. And then besides like 2 videos from Facebook, and then like my Facebook somehow got banned. I didn't do anything wrong. I even appealed it, got it back, but like it literally just tanked. So like
Yeah.
from there, that like was a huge, like it messed me up about a lot because I was like, man, this is finally the one. This is it. We're about to go crazy with it, and then that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So how
yeah,
much in
so that
sales
happened.
did you do before it got banned?
Probably like 2 or 3K. I mean, it was maybe a couple million views, maybe not even.
Yeah.
So it was such a new Facebook too. Like within not even 20 videos on the Facebook, and it was popping. IG wasn't really doing too much. I mean, just primed. It was primed. And then I want to say I had a call with Samuel about with that Facebook being banned. I was like, man, I want to drop this product, or should we drop this product? Let's get a new one unloaded to this IG because I don't want to waste the primed IG. But he sent me one of his friend's accounts that was running that product, and
Yeah.
he's like, yo, just change your content strategy completely to what he's doing, and it's working in the Germany market. It'll probably work for you. And I mean, literally not even a week after that call, I implemented that strategy and it went nuts, like millions pop in. Great Facebook, a new Facebook I made right away, like just jumped. And even IG gained traction from it. So now we're just hitting on both and it's going crazy.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's perfect, bro. I know there was something we also implemented when it came to like one of the clips and that kind of randomly like the account, what was it? Or was that before the account got banned where things were kind of dipping a little bit and then we changed the visual or the visual hook on some part of the strategy. You remember what I'm talking about? I'm trying not to leak too much about what exactly.
It's hard to explain without describing the exact
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, I remember
Yeah.
the call. It was like, just think literally the next thing to do with that same exact concept, do the same concept, but give it like a different angle or
Right.
even just a different view. Like,
Yeah,
that
and
really
literally,
changes it.
like without giving too much context, we just took what you were doing and made you basically turn your body.
Yeah, literally. And it took off from that. Just the slight change for the algorithm to be like, all right, cool. Like, it's
Exactly,
crazy.
right. Yeah, exactly. And this is why this IG strat, we always talk about our content strategy. We always talk about matters so much because it's one thing I can make 1,000,001 YouTube videos on. Here's what you should do. Here's how you should set things up. Here's what you can go for and strive for. But nothing will ever compare to personally one-on-one for your exact product, for your exact account, giving you the exact playbook. You can only do that, with you talking with your coaches. So that's a perfect testimony to that. So with that being said, I know we've, done 106K in 30 days now. And I mean, that was how long into the program was it that we've done these results? Like, I guess essentially the question I'm trying to ask is how long were you in the program before you started seeing noticeable results?
That sweet spot you always talk about with every case study, 2 to 3 months. Like
every time, bro.
Like, it's
every
crazy.
time.
Yeah, it was, I think 2.5, maybe right after 2 months, and it just there it went.
It is mind blowing. I don't think there's another program out there that could literally, like you could go look at every case study. We have so many case studies now, 100K weeks, 100K months, 30K days, just ridiculousness. Every single person. But even the crazier ones like 100K weeks, but 100K month, that's no joke. Every single one of them answer 2 to 3 months. It's insane. It literally makes me like, bro, like not to get corny, but I get filled with like glee. Like the fact that we have something so dialed in that I get to hop on calls like this with guys like you and you life-changing money within 2 to 3 months of us helping you. And that being our average. That is so crazy, bro. Even to me. And I'm the guy helping you. Just, wow, bro.
Yeah, dude, I remember watching all the case studies and just, it was the same thing, man. I keep hearing 2 to 3 months. So when I joined the program, I was like, all right, bet 2 to 3 months. So I like in my notes, I was tracking, all right, what happened in the first month? We got traction, but like nothing crazy. And then second month, and I was like, all right, it's coming. Here it is. 2 to 3 months mark.
That is hilarious.
Literally not even joking.
Bro.
Like manifested like crazy, but just proof as well. Like,
yeah. That is crazy, bro. That's so awesome. I cannot, I knew, I'm not kidding, getting into this call, I already knew you were in the program like 2 to 3 months, but just hearing you say, 2 to 3 months, it's like, dude, the amount of times I've heard that on actually every single call, essentially, like every single case study. That's insane, bro. So I know you've only been in the program 2 to 3 months now, but of course we've gotten crazy results. So you've experienced enough of the program to kind of have what you like and dislike. So I want to ask, like, what's basically, I guess, maybe your favorite thing about the program? It can be something personal. It can be something kind of tactical. It can be a resource you're given. It could be how we code. It could be literally anything. What do you feel like is kind of your favorite thing or two about the program itself?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I could name literally everything, just even systems and PR sheet, even that's a huge thing. But I think for me, for my experience with being inconsistent and all that stuff, and I overthink it all. So like
Yeah.
just hopping on a call and literally just guiding me, all right, don't do that then and do this, and just holding my hand through it, and just knowing I can literally ask a question in the group chat and get it answered right away. Like I think that was my biggest thing to be able to stay consistent, was just having you guys right there the whole time.
I love it, bro. I love it because essentially every single system we implement for you, just one of those alone, is like stupidly, ridiculously, valuable. Like the calls, that's decisions. Like, for example, going back to Samuel telling you to keep up with the product when you wanted to drop it. That one decision alone, just one literal decision you guys could have went over in 30 seconds was the difference between you being at a few K and now 106K in 30 days. The PR sheet, running that product in general from the PR sheet, that alone, was the difference. The random thing we did with when we were still dialing in your content strategy and having you literally just turn your body, 180 degrees, that alone, was the difference, bro. So I think you worded that perfectly, bro. That was great.
Yeah. I mean, I would have never thought of any of that stuff. I would have dropped the product. I mean, I would have never changed the visual. I would have never thought of that. Like if I wasn't in the program, I would have just done what everyone was doing, copying the competitor. And if it didn't work, well, shit, there it is. I can't do anything about it. Like that was the mindset before the program. So
I love it. So like we obviously already know the answer to this, but I kind of just want to hear it from you. Where do you think, you'd be right now if you hadn't joined the program?
Same rabbit hole I've been going down for 4 or 5 years, just knowing it'll work, but consciously deep down knowing maybe it won't, because I'm just going to keep trying and throwing products at the wall and seeing if it'll pop and I get lucky. That's probably all it'll be.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad we were able to be the difference, bro. I'm glad. Yeah. And guys, like I said at the beginning of this call, Bray was supposed to be here for our in-person case study. So let's go out there. Hopefully we bang out another 100K month and then we fly Bray out and actually have an in-person one when we're both, not going through all these random stressful things and we can vibe out at the warehouse. But with that being said, Bray, I still want to end this off with, the same thing I end off every single case study, whether it's in person or on Zoom. And I ask the same question, what would you say to somebody out there that has maybe watched my YouTube for a while, or they know who we are, who I am, how good the program is, but they're still on the fence about joining and still kind of in that limbo of not knowing if it's right for them? What would you say to that person?
And just literally just do it, man. I mean, slight investment. You got to invest to make money. I mean, that's just how it is in the world. You got to either put the time in or put money in real quick and you can really jumpstart like crazy. And this is just one of those things. I mean, otherwise you're going to end up on YouTube like I did and just seeing everybody different angles on it or just preaching the wrong thing and you're going to get stuck just like everybody else. So I think it's just a perfect opportunity. I mean, it speaks by example with all these case studies and all your students. It's just everyone, they make it happen. Like once they're in, it's time to cook.
I love it, bro. It's time to cook. That's a fact, bro. All right, guys. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see here with Tristan in the warehouse, this is the channel's second in-person case study. Tristan just got done doing 105K in 11 days. He's already up 20 or 30K for this month in May, and it's only the 7th of the month. Tristan literally just flew to Nashville this morning. I picked him up from Nashville and now we're in my city, of course, at the warehouse. We played some pickleball, got something good to eat. So now that we've hung out all day, had some fun, we're back at the warehouse to talk about his 105K in 11 days, his experience in the program, and basically essentially what we did together to help him get to these numbers. So if this is your first time seeing me or seeing a video from my channel, if you're new here, this is where we talk about all things on making big boy money with organic. And the program that Tristan's from is known as Per Mills Advanced program where we only take on 4, 5, and 6-figure organic drop shippers to help them make their first or their next 6 figures or multi-6 figures with organic. And so with us being the highest level of coaching that exists within the organic space, we see all kinds of crazy numbers, 10K days, 20K days, 30K days, 100K weeks are literally an average thing within the program. But every time somebody does some crazy numbers like Tristan here, something like, 100K in 10 or 11 days, what I've started doing now is flying them or bringing them to me for an in-person case study. So we're gonna try to give you all kinds of awesome gems and basically all the fun little things, systems, strategies, or certain little things we did for Tristan to get to these numbers, and just honestly give you guys the whole rundown of his experience within the program, how we coached him, how the coaching's helped him, all that awesome stuff. So now I'll finally stop yapping and I'll let Tristan introduce himself. And if you've been following my channel for a minute, you would actually know that Tristan's already had a case study on the channel where it was like some measly 14K month or something months and months and months ago. And now this is a follow-up case study of Tristan doing 100K or 6 figures in less than 2 weeks. So that's also pretty fun. And Tristan's been in the program now, what, like 6 months?
6 months, yeah. Probably.
Oh, I was about to hit it. He's been in the program for a while now, though, which makes this even more fun because now we get to show you guys how consistent we've helped Tristan make organic, especially with all the systems. We're going to get into all the fun stuff, but I'll let Tristan introduce himself. Tristan, if you could just kind of give us a little bit of background of where you're from and your lifetime rev with organic.
All right, I'm from Texas, Houston, Texas, and I'm 19 years old. My lifetime rev is probably now around like 200, 250, maybe 300, somewhere around there.
Close to 300K. I mean, yeah, you've been
close to 300K
printing for a minute now.
Easily.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, huge. So we're going to get into the background of everything, even from where like Tristan started in the program, his lifetime rev and everything. But before we do that, let's go ahead and set the tone. If you have your dashboards.
All right, yeah.
All of this is within like 3 different stores, like 5 different products.
Yeah.
I just go rapid fire. Get kind of like closer to the actual lens.
Here's one of them.
You can get even closer and slide up on it. So
this is 73K in one store. Yeah, pretty tough. And then here we have 25K on another store. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then little something, just 5K within 10 days. That's low for me on this store. But yeah, we'll take it. So yeah.
Easy. And that the time frame, the 11 days?
Yeah.
Okay, huge. And you're already up, what, 30, almost
like
30K?
30K on this month already.
Huge. So already like another 20,
it's like
30K
the 7th, right?
week. Yeah,
Yeah.
7th. Huge. Awesome.
Easy.
So now that we have that out of the way, we see all the beautiful results. I guess Tristan, let's start from the very beginning, bro. It's been a journey. I guess let's start kind of before you joined the program. So before we even get into your experience from the first little bit of you in the program to now, what was your experience like, or kind of what was your journey like in the first beginning of you starting organic, the struggling you had before you made money or whatever that time frame was, and then the first little bit of revenue or success you had with organic before the program? What was that like? I basically just start us from the beginning.
Well, I started off with organic like over a year ago now. And whenever I started, it took me like 6 months to make $500, bro. Wow. 6 whole months. And then I made like my first like 7K, maybe like 7, 8K. And then I decided to use that money to join Ethan's mentorship.
But in between that time of you making 500 and like the 6 or 7K, how long was that?
Like from start to beginning, like 8 months.
Wow.
Like 6 months, 6 months.
So 6 months of making virtually nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
And then what, you just had 1 month popped off 6 or 7K?
Yeah, 2 products just randomly popped off.
Huge.
And then but it was on TikTok, so they died.
Yeah.
Right after.
Very quickly.
But yeah.
Was the 6 or 7K you're referring to with the anime jerseys?
Anime jerseys and Harry Potter like cups.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's why I came into the program running.
Yeah. So literally as soon as you made your first little bit of money, you immediately just invested that into the program.
Yeah. And then those accounts died because it was all TikTok.
Yeah.
You know how TikTok is. And then, bro, it was like 3 months of trying to find another winner. And, I was testing like multiple products. I would go viral, but I would hit like straight India. And then I would kind of just give up on those products. Probably had like 3 scenarios like that where I just kind of gave up because I was hitting India. But now, bro, I hit India and I don't even care because you go viral again and you're hitting another country. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Like just yesterday, I hit like 4 million views, but I went to India, but I still made like a few thousand, not even 1K per mil, but if that video goes viral again, bro, I'm gonna hit like 1K per mil easy. Yeah. Yeah. Since I learned that, bro, like that's changed a lot.
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. So our time frame essentially was 6 months of struggling, and then you finally had your first like 6 or 7K month, and then you joined the program. So since we're talking about kind of you getting inside the program now, we already have your background on like what you were doing before joining the program. What was your time frame within actually seeing like results or actually a benefit from joining the program? Like how long were you in the program before you saw that?
It took me a long time. Me personally, it took me like 3-4 months. But yeah, I would just go viral and just hit India, so I would give up.
Yeah, I remember there was literally like handfuls and handfuls of products where it was just
tons. On IG, I would go viral. Hit India, I'd be like, bro, this shit ain't working.
Yeah.
And I would give up on that product, move on, viral again, India, same, repeat. That was like a limiting belief, I guess.
Yeah.
I let that go and it kind of was like,
yeah. I know we've been
fire.
printing for like a minute now, like after we got over the India thing. So when was it that we started like consistently like doing like the 20 and 30K months back to back to back before even now?
that was like 6 months ago. I haven't hit under 10K or bro, even like 15K in 6 months.
So even when we were dealing with the India stuff, you were still printing?
Yeah, I just like kind of blocked that out.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were halfway struggling, but still. So what was your rev? Even like, you know, give us just a full walk down of like you joining the program, first month, second month, third month, just a rough estimate if you could remember.
Estimate, so I joined with like 7K.
Yeah.
Next month, still 7K. Next month, maybe like 10K. Like I made a little something with one product. It was actually like this alcohol chest. I probably made like 3 or 4K with that. So like 11, 10K. And then next month, probably made a little more, like another 3K. I was very consistent.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I know that was something you struggled with, was always hitting, but 9 times out of 10 it was hitting India, and we were still cycling through so many products.
Yeah. And like, no, I'm just saying like my growth was very consistent, like money wise.
Yeah.
And then I had like another 3K month. And then out of nowhere, I just had a 20K month. And ever since then,
You just had just nice, steady
steady.
coasting.
Yeah.
Huge, awesome.
Like literally.
Okay, so now since we're kind of already in the midst of talking about your time in the program and all that fun stuff, let's also like get into all the fun stuff like systems and teams and all that good stuff. What month did we implement like customer support and all that fun stuff?
That was like 4th, 5th month in. Once I had those, that one product blow up, that blanket. I want to keep it a secret because it's still running. product on that.
Yeah, I don't even know. We might even just blur
that
that
out.
part. That's okay. We
Yeah,
won't
I'm
mention
reusing the IG.
Yeah. With that being said, how much do you feel like actually like implementing teams and systems instead of just like doing the whole, you know, trying to do everything yourself, or you're a little bit there, a little bit here, and kind of everything is everywhere? How much do you think it benefited you when, you know, I was slowly talking you into actually implementing these teams, showing you how to implement these systems and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, so bro, I was like just down to try. I was like, fuck it. Bought it right away.
Yeah.
Same day. And no, bro, like right away, I wasn't getting that many emails in, but still, it's taking me like an hour, 2 hours per day.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of time. You could be enjoying your life, doing a little more work.
Yeah.
Like, bro, just you need that.
Yeah,
it's a
you have
must.
to implement teams and systems.
Yeah.
You got to.
And now, bro, like, oh my God. I was just talking about my friend, talking about it with Jaden. You know Jaden. Yeah, because we're getting like thousands and thousands of orders a week now.
Yeah.
So
Jaden, who is also in the program
Yeah.
now, and dude, what he's doing like 6K days randomly.
9K yesterday.
Yeah.
In New York. On his birthday weekend.
Yeah.
That's fire.
We'll see if we can convince him to come down and do a case
He
study.
would definitely come. Yeah, bro, if I didn't have that right now, I'd be cooked. I'll probably get like 100 chargebacks,
Yeah.
like no cap.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I would've been cooked.
Yeah. Okay. And so now we're getting all the little things out of the way, just, you know, the basic help of implementing these team systems, all that fun stuff with the program. But now I want to like really kind of just try to dig as deep as humanly possible. And with you being, you know, a 6-figure organic dropshipper, actually being an advanced organic dropshipper, doing the numbers you're doing, I want to like hear just from, you know, your own perspective, your own opinion, how the program is actively helping you, how it helped you throughout this whole like last like 6 to 8 months that you've been in the program, and how it's actively helping you now, just day to day or month to month, all the way to, you know, all the way from the 30K months that you were doing consistently, 20K months, doing those consistently, all the way to now with your 100K in less than 2 weeks.
To right now, to this day, I went from doing like 3 calls a week probably, like, I need help with this, I need help with this, to this, to like, I've gone to so much knowledge that now I'm probably doing like 1 call a week, like kind of just rotated with the coaches. But one of the last calls I had was Samuel. Is probably the reason I have most of this revenue for this week right now. Is I was on a call with Samuel like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, bro, I'm really not seeing this product like succeed. I'm kind of feeling like dropping it. He was like, bro, I don't know. I just saw this product pop off like really recently. He had the same exact views that you're getting, same exact position that you're in with this product. And he was like, bro, just give it 1 more week, just 1 more week. And if it doesn't do good within this week, just drop it. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll give it 1 more week. You know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna give it to my friend and he's gonna edit my videos. So I give it to my friend Derek, and Derek is like, yeah, bro. I just hand him the product. I was like, yeah, bro. you run this for me, I'll give you 10% and I'll just help you out with organic. And he was like, all right, bet.
And so your friend Derek essentially became your creator.
Yeah, he's my creator. And then 3 days later, I think it was like a 10K day with that product, bro. 3 days later. And if Samuel didn't tell me anything, bro, I would have dropped it.
Funny you bring that up.
90K in rev.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't even be having this case study right now. It's funny you bring that up because even in Ricky's last like in-person case study, that was one of the biggest things we talked about was as you kind of start doing these numbers and get up and up and up there with organic or your skill set as a whole, what a lot of people don't realize about the program, it's not just about like how much you can get from it or how much they can give you. It can really come down to something as simple as the decision. And if anything, that's really where you get the most value out of the program. Would you not agree? Is like just those random questions you may have that will make or break it. Like literally, it's so funny because I literally was saying this exact same thing in Ricky's case study. The decision that Samuel helped him make was the difference between him doing 100K in the last 11 days and $0, or maybe 10K in the last 11 days. Where same was with Ricky. with the winning product that we picked for him. That literally one decision.
It's really just like the reassurance. Like you always have someone there to talk to.
Yeah.
Like no matter what.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just hit them up, get a little advice. And then on that same call, on another product, I was having like pop off. It was that other account I showed you, like 25K. Well, that week it had done like 30K. So a little while back it did 30K in a week with that other product. That wasn't the 75K in a week. Well, with that product, he was teaching me like the exact system he used to split test. I taught Derek the same system that Samuel uses so he can implement it for me on the said product that did 75K.
That's huge.
And it's probably taking Derek like 10 minutes a day.
Yeah, that's fire.
Bro, Derek made 6K profit in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Just editing videos.
Wow.
So now I'm up and one of my best friends is up. So we're all up, bro.
That's fire. That's fire. So how many of your products, with him being a creator, how many of your products are you actively filming yourself, and how many of them have creators?
I have 3 creators. One being Derek, one being a guy from Germany, and one from India.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know about the one from India.
Got them everywhere. But
Okay, huge.
They all help me out a ton. I help them out a ton. I love being able to help them and then help me as well. And they also make money from it, so.
Yeah, that's huge. Do you feel like any of this would have been possible without you having, like the PR sheet system that we have in place, you being able to actually cycle through this many products and have this many products?
Yeah, that definitely works. But also now that I've done the PR sheet for so long, I can just look at my burner and I've just been ordering products.
Yeah.
Like, bro, at this point, I just see it, banger, ordered next day.
Yeah, it's beautiful you're saying all this because essentially you're reaching the whole goal of the program. Where we took you from, your 5 figures or almost 6 figures or whatever, and now you're to a point to where, I mean, look at you, that's a full-blown business.
Yeah.
Creator, like half of that, over half of that is completely automated.
Yeah, right.
Customer support dialed in, a few other little systems here and there dialed in, your creators dialed in.
And still be printing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now you're doing 100K in 11 days, turned organic, which, as you guys, if you've watched my videos, that's what I preach about all the time, is actually systemizing organic and making it consistent to earn big boy money with organic.
And also, none of this was done with AI.
Get
that belief out of here, bro. AI.
You gotta love the AI glazers, bro. God, we're gonna have like 50 guys in here. You're gonna be left behind. It's AI. You better catch up. So no AI.
No AI.
Thanks for the clarification, bro. So just OG organic. Just filming for easy product. And with those products, I know, like, of course, like I'm gonna try to basically ask these questions through the lens of somebody or the viewer that has no idea about your business. What were these products like in terms of like filming? Were these not just stupid simple products that we've been referring to?
Bro,
like how long is the filming time for these products?
5 minutes. Not gonna lie, bro. 5 minutes per video.
But guys, you gotta do AI if you want to do these numbers, bro. Like, I can't believe you did this without AI.
I can't believe people are really doing that, spending hours per video.
Yeah.
Per hook.
Yeah, bro. And then they'll be in like the comments of my YouTube videos, just basically like shouting out spark notes from.
And
like
I'm someone that
YouTube
came from
videos.
doing AI too.
Yeah,
I was doing AI.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's so funny, bro. Thanks for the laugh mid case
bro.
study. That was great. Awesome, bro. And so, what are the main platforms that these are hitting on?
So Facebook for me, bro, it's so hit or miss.
Yeah.
It's either I'm getting 10 views max on this account, or I already have like these 2 primed accounts. 4 primed accounts.
Yeah.
But on these primed accounts, I have 2 products.
Let's break this down. So I know you have 5 products in total. You have 3 stores.
Yeah.
When he's referring to he's running 5 products and there's 3 stores, 1 or 2 of those products are within the same niche. So it's essentially a general store. Yeah. But of course, he's just sending them to different product pages within that same general store for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
So what platform is bringing you the most sales? IG right now?
IG, definitely. Facebook, for the primed ones, is consistent, but nothing crazy. crazy.
Yeah.
Like you might get a 1K day from it.
Yeah.
So IG will pop and pop, just keep going.
Yeah.
For Facebook, it's like I kind of just get stuck at 50 to 100K consistently though.
Right.
Every post is getting 50.
It's not so much product dependent because IG and Facebook are almost like siblings or cousins, but you know, it really is hit or miss for most people on Facebook. But some people just have those crazy cracked out Facebooks where it's just like 10 million views, 5 million views.
Yeah.
They're essentially almost the same thing, IG and Facebook.
IG will convert a little higher too.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
I've seen
Unless
that,
you're pasting the link in comments on Facebook, you'll get a little higher conversion.
Yeah.
But set up mini chat on, mini chat, that's another thing.
Yeah, go ahead and break it down. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so basically Samuel also put me on another thing. It's mini chat for the longest.
Pause real quick, just so you guys don't think like you're confused like this random Samuel guy he keeps basically referring to.
Oh.
Within Per Mill's advanced program, you have 4 coaches in total. That's going to be me, a 7-figure organic dropshipper, Austin, a 7-figure organic dropshipper, Samuel, a now 7-figure organic dropshipper, and then Sebi, who's very near to 7 figures. Me, Austin, and Samuel are your basically head advanced coaches, and then Sebi is the group chat coach. So Samuel, who he keeps referring to, is basically, you know, one of the advanced head coaches within the program. But sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and then Samuel, he put me onto this app called mini chat. You can just download it on your iPhone. Well, essentially what it is whenever anyone comments or follows you, it'll literally shoot them a DM with the link. Like, not the link right away. It'll be like, welcome to the team, blah, 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 blah. Do you want the link? And then it's like a button you can click like, yes, I want the link. And right under that, it'll send you the link. And bro,
I don't know if we should leak the actual automation of it.
Really?
That's okay. Yeah, go ahead. That's okay.
Okay, yeah. So essentially what it is it gives the customer the link through the DMs.
And so are you using that on every IG account on Facebook or some? Because
Just
I
my viral
know.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen any decrease in conversions at all?
No,
Ever
increase. How do I put it? Like 0.50% up.
Well,
like crazy.
That's huge. I know there were some, like, we'll off and on have guys test it.
It's another automation thing.
So with you implementing mini chat and the whole mini chat strategy, you know, of course that increased your conversion rate, which of course leads to more sales. I also assume that was saving you a lot of time with not having to respond to comments, not even having to send messages.
It wasn't
to people.
possible.
Yeah.
It wasn't possible to respond to that many.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting there in bed, like before bed, like copy, paste, like half asleep, bro. Like for 2 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have like 5 different products popping off in like 5
it's
different
not possible.
you're not doing
you
that at all.
do that.
Not even
And
close.
mini chat takes like 30 minutes to set up. That's low-key free sauce, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
a little bit. That's
little
okay.
free sauce right there.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, is there any other fun little things like in between our journey? Like, of course, we already know, you know, random content strategies here and there, or, you know, all these different things that have helped you. Is there anything else that's coming to mind right now where you're like, this was, you know, super helpful getting to these numbers?
Well, just like making it possible to break the limiting belief that I don't have to work harder to make more money.
That's something we've been cooking with in the whole program right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a main thing we've been like talking about. Everybody is benefiting from that, I feel.
Yeah, don't work harder, but work just smarter.
Yeah.
Like just be smarter with what you do, not just, because before I'd be sitting there hours and hours and hours and hours a days, working 8, 12 hours per day, to breaking it down to like 4 hours a day.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
And cooking harder than ever, bro.
Yeah, I swear, like anybody and everybody, all internet money guys I know, anybody I know that makes any kind of good money, 9 times out of 10 you'll hear the same story every single time. Oh, I was making the most money when I was working the least amount of time, or oh, I actually popped off when I cared the least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's every scenario. Like literally almost every case study, me, all the coaches within the program, and like that's something we're dialing in on, you know, inside the actual program. Is not only with us like now strategizing for all these stupid simple products, because we realize what the actual meta with products is now that's saving you stupid amounts of time.
You can't do that with AI either.
No.
Like you can't.
No, you can't.
I'm gonna keep baking on
Bro,
AI
that's so
because
funny.
it's not it, bro.
No, it's not it, bro. No matter how much, you know, the few videos you've seen on YouTube and all the glazing comments of the 1% of people that are acting like it's the best thing in the world.
I'm a D1 AI
seriously.
hater, bro.
No, no, it sucks, bro.
I was sitting there for so long, bro, just grinding those videos away, bro. They are not it.
Okay, so beautiful, bro. Outside of that, now that we've really got like all the details, your entire experience in the program, I want to kind of hear one more thing from you. Like, what do you feel like maybe is one of your most favorite parts of the whole program? Like, it could literally be anything. It could be something stupid. It could be something actually beneficial. It could be one of the things you get. What do you feel like is like your thing?
Well, definitely I get the most benefit out of the calls. Yeah. I feel like that's low-key everyone's answer, because you're there 15 minutes getting straight to the point. The exact problem you're having or just a question you have.
Sometimes 20.
20 minutes. A few is usually 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, straight to the point.
It's the decisions, bro. That's what I keep trying to just drill in everybody's head. It's
and
like
kind of like the reassurance you get.
Yeah. Just
that's
knowing that you're actually on the right path instead of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. That also allows you to kind of operate in that realm of confidence of knowing, like, I just got to do what they say. I just got to do what they say.
Yeah. And the group calls are fun too, but I definitely get the most sauce out of the one-on-one calls.
Yeah.
Group calls are fun. They're low-key memes.
Yeah,
everyone just be spamming.
I think it's just nice to have like the community side of things, because you have your one-on-one, which is
One
the
of my
main part of
products,
the program.
The first product I did like 40K in a month with, that was off the group call. Sebi was doing a live PR and he was like, this is a banger. I was like, all right, bet, ordered.
That's hilarious. I think Graham, who we had the 100K week case study with, one of his products
was off there.
Was from one of Sebi's. That's hilarious.
I've tested a few products off there, bro.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's fire.
That's good. So, you're getting it everywhere. Your PR sheet where you get guaranteed winning products, which if you guys didn't know, that's kind of like, one of our things. We're the only program in the entire space that can even offer guaranteed winning products.
Yeah.
So whatever we tell you they convert at per million views is what they convert at per million views. We have this little patented PR sheet, the whole conundrum. So it's like we are there for literally every step, kind of like what Tristan's been referring to this whole time of all this reassurance and making sure you're doing the right thing. We're not like these other programs out there where they're like, let's just go try this. Let's go do this. Virtually, essentially, every single step you take, you are getting the right answer of exactly what to do the correct way to get you to numbers, like Tristan. And one of the ways we do that is guaranteeing, hand-picked winning products. What he's referring to is just one of Sebi's group chat calls where he's just randomly going over products, which is hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
he was just scrolling on his burner.
Guy.
And he was like just saying banger, nah, banger.
That's funny, bro.
And I was like, really, that one? He's like, yeah, bro, 2K per mil. I was like, bet.
Yeah, that's funny. That's good stuff, bro.
I want to mention it. Now I'm able to move out on my own.
Oh, yeah, bro. Go ahead and flex on everybody. I forgot to even mention that. Go ahead. With the
Moving
car
out in 2 weeks. Got like a $60,000, $70,000 car.
And what was it?
It's a 2023 M340i, but like a crazy spec.
Yeah, huge.
It's fire.
That is fire, bro. Yeah, maybe we'll have my editor throw up a clip of you just
ripping
doing something.
it?
Yeah, no, I'll actually have him do it. That'd be fire.
I'll send it.
Okay, bro. So, do you feel like, and you could be as truthful and honest as you want, do you feel like you would have been able to get to these numbers in the time that we did and all the numbers that we've done without us or without you being in the program?
No, truthfully, no. Because I've been so lost. I feel like eventually, if I just kept trying and trying and trying, obviously, eventually you'll get there.
Yeah.
But as consistent as I was and as well as I'm doing right now, this fast, someone hopping into business, like any business, and in 1 year, them being able to say that they've made 100K in 10 days is like
unreal. You don't hear about it. That doesn't exist.
It's not real.
It literally doesn't exist.
Someone starts a business from scratch and then a year from then, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. And I mean, that is literally virtually the entire point of the program, right? Like, with us, especially being, it being per mil's advanced program, we don't even work with beginners. We only work with technically, higher level organic dropshippers. That's kind of what you even invest in, is like not only decreasing the amount of time it takes you to get to these numbers. We already talked about the decisions, all these things. It's just about essentially getting you to where you could be a lot faster and taking out the kind of what if, or, it could have took you 3 years, 5 years to even get
bro.
Who even knows if you got to these numbers?
6 months ago, and since then almost made 300K. That's wild, bro.
That's great. Wow.
At 19 years old, I got out of high school 11 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, fire.
Wow, bro. Like I already told you, I'm super proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because
awesome.
You're almost like you're an OG. I remember like literally when you joined the program. Like you were like, yeah, bro, I've been watching you. Like, I'm ready. Just put me in. Like, let's do it. I made a little bit of money. I'm ready to give it to you. Like, get me inside the program.
Yeah, that was fire.
So it's awesome seeing you here now, bro. Seriously.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
It's awesome, bro. It's great to be here, too.
Yeah. And now you get to be like you're in the warehouse. You did it.
Now we're about to go to Nashville.
Yeah.
Never been there, but got to check out that cowboy stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to
Well,
show
I'm from
Tristan
Texas, so it's
around.
kind of
You're kind of accustomed a little bit. I'll have to show Tristan around Nashville a little bit. But okay, so to end this off like I do every single case study, what would you say to somebody watching this video right now, or maybe they've been watching my channel, or maybe they've known about the program and they're still kind of on the fence about joining, but they're just not quite sure and just haven't quite pulled the trigger yet? What would you say to that person?
I would say, like, just look at all the results everyone is having, and like, I don't have to make that decision for you. You can look and see that all these people are succeeding and you're not. So why wouldn't you join, low-key? Like, it's kind of just playing out right there.
Yeah. Thanks for that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think would be the difference, though? Because, there's plenty of programs out there that are, like, they get people results or whatever it may be, even outside of results.
Well, I have friends that have joined other ones, and they've spent 20K.
Oh, gosh. Let's not even get to the horror stories. Yeah.
20K just to not get help, which is crazy. Yeah. 20K for 1 year. And then the next year they had to renew another 20K, which he did not do. But yeah, there's like horror stories.
What gave you the confidence? I am just curious. Like, what gave you the confidence, me out of all people? Like when you were first, or like, because when you reached out to me, you joined the program, you were like ready to rock and roll. Like, what was it that gave you, like, you knew we were going to be the people that took you there?
Well, my friend Jaden was in Bernstein, and he told me, at first, he was like, yeah, join it with me. But then he was like, actually, bro, let's just actually ask. Don't join. And I was like, okay. He's like, you should join someone else. Like, he said Fredo or Ethan. And I was like, kind of just like looking at y'all's YouTube, looking at y'all's Discord. And I was like, I'm going to go with Ethan. Because I only saw like one product from Fredo. Like, no hate. I'm not saying he hasn't like done it with any other products, but it was just like a lot more on the plate that Ethan has ran up multiple products to 6 figures, 10K plus. Like, it was just there. All of his background was there. It's like looking at 2 resumes, and I just went with the one that had more on that resume.
Noticeable experience. It's crazy now too, because like I've been doing this like 3 years now. It's like, I would say, it's, you could literally look through all of my channel. I definitely am one of the most noticeably credible organic dropshippers, and that's probably why the program is so good and helps so much, because it's just a bunch of guys that really know what they're doing. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another case study. This one's really awesome. Today we have a sit down with my boy Sam. Sam, what's up, brother?
All good, man. All good.
Awesome. Beautiful. So Sam is just coming off of a 90K month, which we're going to get into showing the results, get into a few of the things we did to get to that number. But before that, could you just kind of introduce yourself, Sam, and kind of let everybody know a little bit more about you, like your age, the country you're from, kind of your overall background with organic as a whole?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Sam. So I'm 24 years old. I'm from the UK. I've been doing organic for about 1.5 years now. So sort of the whole time that I've been doing organic, I've had a full-time job. So sort of, working in the morning, in the evening, sort of a few hours a day, only really doing one product at a time.
Right.
I finally quit that job now anyway. So I finished that.
Yeah. When did you quit that? Like last month or this month?
Yeah, so I handed in my notice last month, and then I finish next month. So,
and now you're full-time organic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, it's just gonna be nice to be able to run, 3 products at once rather than one, and just going at like 1 miles per hour the whole time. Just everything's just gonna ramp up massively. So
huge, bro, and it's perfect timing too. Beautiful. And I don't know if you prefaced this or not, but Sam actually, there's a funny story behind Sam. He joined the program actually last year. And for those of you that don't know, the program is 4 months long. We actually took Sam from virtually 0 sales, or what, you joined the first time with like a few sales or none at all?
I was complete beginner. I've been doing it about a month.
Yeah. And we don't work with beginners like that anymore. But when we were doing that and working with Sam, we took him from 0 to his first 20K month. And then after that, he, basically graduated the program, as that's kind of our goal with the program, is not to just see how long we can hold on to you, but get you to a position where you no longer need a mentor, which worked out perfectly for him. And then about a year goes by and he comes back to us to basically join the program long term. And that's when everything unfolded like it has now. And the story behind that's even crazier. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and show the results, and you can kind of tell them the story behind us getting these results and kind of the time frame of you joining back, the numbers we did.
I'll go through it. So this is the one product that I'm running at the moment.
So it's only one.
Yeah. Right. So I started running this product. So it was like July time. So this just start of July. And this was when I wasn't in the mentorship. So I rejoined the mentorship it's like end of September this year.
Yeah.
So kind of I did a good July. What did we do here? We did 21K. I'll tell you how I'll do it actually. Yeah. So here in July, this was when I first started running the product. So yeah, I had a good first month running this product when I wasn't in the mentorship, 21K. And then August, died down. And then September, the account basically completely flopped. The accounts are very, very stale. I'd gone viral a couple of months ago, but nothing was really hitting. That's when I was like, you know what, I want to rejoin the mentorship. We had a call, our first intro call was at the end of this September. We had the call. We both sort of said, this is going to be an uphill battle to get this account going again. We sat there and we made very slight changes, but just put a proper content strategy together. List of all the winning hooks, list of all the winning sounds, and just formulated it like, this is what we're going to do for the next week, and we're going to come back and see how it performs. Did that, came back again, did the same thing, and then literally just off doing those split tests and having a proper plan in place, things started hitting. And then the next month, October, so I went from 3K to 38K the next month. So straight away, it just started ripping. This was
after coming back.
TikTok and Instagram, and then towards the end of this month, I started to get Facebook to hit, which is when it really took off into this month, which is 91K
91K,
for November.
beautiful.
So yeah, technically last month now, but yeah.
Bro, that is so beautiful. So for those of you at home, kind of how the program structure works when you first join is regardless, you have one call a week one call a week with me. That's 4 calls a month. And it was virtually by my and Sam's second call of us just simply taking his IG that he had already working in the past. That's what made him, kind of like that first 20K month. And I just implemented the IG strat that we teach to all the inner circle students. We took a piece from here, we took a piece from there. I told him what to stop doing, what to keep doing more of, what we should try, what we should, not try. And by the second call of us dialing that in, as you could see there from his dashboard, we went from that, 3K month to literally within 2 calls, now 30 and then a 90K month.
Yeah. And when we made, after that second call, the change that we made, like usually with TikTok, it's different to Instagram, right? Where with TikTok, you have to keep feeding it new concepts. But even doing like the more IG split testing, the TikTok even started to hit as well, just off that goal. And that was completely dead. Like that wouldn't be the one you would expect to start hitting, but it did.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the Facebook was the one where it really took off. So
yeah, bro, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So now that we went through all of that, let's talk a little bit about like your past situation. You could talk about before we ever helped you. Let's actually talk about basically after you graduated from the program and these few months before getting back in the program. After you left, and obviously like you more than anyone else kind of knows the difference between being in the mentorship and not. When you left and weren't inside the mentorship, what do you feel like became your biggest struggle?
So when I first started in the mentorship, the very first time I was a beginner, and in the grand scheme of things, I found success pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think it was like even the first product that I tested in the mentorship, I did like 4 or 5K with, and the second one I tested in the mentorship, I did like 20K months with. So the success came quick during that first 4 months of doing organic.
Yeah.
And then when I came off the program, it was kind of like I didn't have that support, and I guess I left feeling like I probably knew more than I actually did, in particular about products, because
it's pretty common.
I've literally ripped this, like, this is a new business model for me. I've done really well.
And I hate to interrupt you, but that's a huge thing that a lot of people have a problem with is a lot of people think they know more than they actually do. And that's why, we talk to all these people. And that's why, honestly, the program has started to shift more towards helping like 4 and 5 figure organic drop shippers scale to 6 figures and beyond, instead of like helping and pandering to all the beginners and stuff. Because so many of these guys that I talk to that are at 20K lifetime rev, 50K lifetime rev, even 100K lifetime rev, there's still so much they don't know, where they think even them doing that like 10, 20K a month, they don't realize how much more they're missing out on from the stuff that they don't know. And like you're a perfect case study of that. Yeah, bro, it's hilarious. So what made you, I mean, obviously I kind of know because you were in the program before, but what made you decide, hey, I need to come back now, when you did?
Yeah. So, I mean, when I ended up leaving, finishing, I was still running one of the products that I had, and that was making me a few grand a month. It wasn't anything crazy. And then I went through a period of I was testing so many products, and that for me was my period of like really grinding it out and kind of learning myself without the benefit of the mentorship, which is pick this product because it's good and you learn that way, rather than I was just experiencing having to go through the motions, which took
wasting so much time and energy.
Wasting so much time. And the thing is, the content wasn't really the issue. It was just products. Well, content was an issue because I was doing shit concepts that didn't convert, like going viral for the wrong reasons.
Right.
So yeah, it was month by month testing products, not converting. Finally did have this one bit of success, which was with this product in the June-July period, but then it dropped off, and I just kind of said to myself that I don't want to go back to how it was a few months ago, where it was just try again. I don't want to just have a good month and then drop off again. So that was when I was like, I've got plenty of money from organic and from my job. Like, I might as well just reinvest it back into this, and it works out so well.
Smart, bro. Smart. Beautiful.
So basically, it was product for me. That was the biggest thing, and I wasted so many months of just dry patches testing bad products, and I knew that comparing it to the time in my first time in the mentorship, where you guys were feeding me the products, every single one of them,
so different.
So yeah, that was why.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's where honestly all these advanced guys benefit. It's like everybody's thinking about systems or this or like all these guys, especially these guys that think they know everything and think there isn't a reason to join, this
Yeah, yeah,
program specifically. It's like, compared to what you're making, you're investing pennies to
yeah,
know for fact you're basically buying back all this time. And to know for
yeah,
fact that you're not wasting time on products anymore because they're guaranteed winners. Like it's literally just this easy system of like you joining, for example, take a
yeah,
product that you're currently scaling and we scale it even further because of
yeah, yeah,
content
yeah,
strategies, IG strategies, certain platform strategies, people just simply do not have under control.
yeah,
And then, same thing, like even now, like next month and the month after that, as we start onboarding more and more products for you, it just becomes this easy system of just you join the program. Since you already know the basics, you're already at, 4 and 5 figures in lifetime rev. It's just this simple process of feed you winners, dial in the
yeah, yeah,
content for those winners, print,
yeah, yeah,
rinse,
yeah,
and repeat. It's that simple.
yeah.
So now that we're here, bro, you literally, bro, you quit your job, you've done it all. Like you're almost a 6-figure month, which sucks, by the way.
I know it
Amazing.
does. It
10K away
does.
from 6-figure month. Come on.
I
But I mean,
know.
how
I'm
are you
just.
feeling now, bro? Just like deep down, like being able to like do it full time, quitting your job and 90K month, bro.
I mean, it's just it's such a weird feeling because honestly, like this past year of kind of when I've really started doing organic, like the kind of the vision of me where I am now, like even doing the case study like this, it's weird, and
Yeah.
you have these like thoughts in your mind of like where you want to go in the future, and it's like quit my job, huge burden, like working 8-9 hours a day on that, then having to work on the business, not really having enough time to kind of do the things I actually enjoy in life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
important, right? So and just constantly having this vision of like, man, life is going to be so good when I just quit my job and I have this on the dash. And yeah, I'm here, and it's just sometimes you do have to pinch yourself to be like, yeah, mate, like a few months ago when you were laying in your bed, like fucking thinking about this, like, yeah, you're actually here now.
Yeah.
It's real. So yeah.
It's crazy. Are you doing anything like, I guess, extra that you wouldn't normally be able to do when you were working your 9 to 5 or only doing like that random 20 and 5K month here and there? Is there anything like special you're doing now? Any traveling or anything cool like that?
Not yet, because I'm still working. I'm still at my job, so I'm still having to go to work
When does that fully like end?
next month. I'm working from home a lot, so I'm kind of just working on the business whilst
Right.
I'm
Right.
working.
Damn. So what, you put in like a 2-month notice or what?
Yeah, so my contract's 2 months notice,
Damn.
and I've been with them 6 years, so I didn't want to leave on a bad like
Right. True.
bad,
Okay,
bad
valid.
in a bad way, but
Yeah.
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 So I'm still locked into that, but yeah.
Valid.
I mean, to be fair though, like I was thinking about this the other day. So when I finished the mentorship and things weren't going well, like
Mhm.
that period between then hitting my next winner, like because things weren't going well, I felt like I worked more.
Mhm.
And as I was working more and things weren't going well, I was almost getting more frustrated. Like I was sleeping less. I wasn't doing anything at the weekends. It was just work, work, work. And like looking back on it, that period, I was actually pretty unhappy and like not enjoying doing the work because I was putting too much pressure on it.
Yeah.
And then when I kind of came to realization that you do need to enjoy yourself a little bit and relax. And I feel like when
Yeah.
I like mentally when I made that switch of like, you know what, like this is gonna come no matter what. There's no point stressing about it and keep focusing on the end outcome.
Super smart.
And I was like, I'm gonna have a Sunday off. I'm gonna spend some time with my girlfriend or whatever, and just kind of have in my head that I know I'm gonna get there, keep the pressure off. And it was weird. Like when that happens, that was when things started to open up. You enjoy it more. You feel more relaxed. Your content's better. You're coming up with better ideas, and your general
Mhm.
mood's better. Just by
Yeah.
and it's in contradiction to a lot of the advice people get,
Exactly.
David Goggins and all those lot. But
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
just kind of taking a day off, chilling out, and just going.
Mhm.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't actually matter. Just do your work. You know
Right.
you're going to
Right.
get there, and that helped me a lot, to be honest.
And you know more than anybody else, like that's something we preach as well. It's like we have all these people all the time, and then you have all these gurus on YouTube that are like, do this, do that. Oh, we got to do this, yada yada yada. And it's like I've always just said, like, just do what the business model demands. If it's
Yeah, yeah,
2 hours that day, you're working 2 hours. Like this
yeah,
frustration and this overworking yourself. And it's funny you
yeah,
brought that up because, dude, there's all kinds of books, there's all kinds of psychology behind it, manifestation, even biblical things, where it's like
Mm,
you create resistance when you almost yearn for something too bad. right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
creates a sort of resistance, especially with like manifestation, or even like it talks about in the Bible. I don't know, if you're religious or whatever it is, but it's kind of like God himself even is like, they want you to relinquish like that stress to them instead of
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
fighting for it, thinking you can do it all on your own, going hard,
yeah,
going
yeah,
hard,
yeah,
going hard. And it's like, no matter what you believe in, like that's just a common law of the universe. Like almost always, if you're doing too much, it creates like this sort of resistance. So, I mean, it's,
yeah,
it's really cool that you brought that up. So beyond that, what I kind of ask everybody on these case studies is, what did you enjoy most about the program itself, especially with somebody like you who's like a vet for the program, been in and out
yeah.
twice now, and now you're with us for life. Like, what is your favorite part of it all?
One of my favorite things is just working with you guys. I think I left a
Mm-hmm.
testimonial on the Discord, and one of the key things for me was like you're just a bunch of sound guys. Like honestly, as people, you and the coaches are just really good guys. And I think a common misconception that I definitely had before joining a dropshipping kind of mentorship, and I imagine a lot of other people would think the same, is that it maybe isn't very professional. It's kind of these young lads, they're entrepreneurs, but they're still young lads that have kind of put this mentorship together.
Right.
But honestly, like I was super shocked and very impressed with just how professional it was.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of the coaching, the level of detail that you guys go into, the way it's structured, it's very punctual. So that aspect to me, working with you guys specifically, I've enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
That sort of community feel, just knowing that kind of you're in safe hands. These guys actually do know the stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was one of the most beautiful answers I've gotten, because I,
Yeah,
no, I'm serious. Like sometimes people are just kind of like, oh, I just like the products, or I like whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that was really well said, seriously. And
yeah,
something, and this isn't to make it a us against them sort of situation, but
yeah,
something I notice a lot, because we take in a lot of students that come from bad mentorships, or this guru over here, or this guru over there. And so one thing I noticed that was just normal to me when I put this all together, when I started the program, and just as it constantly evolves, and all these different systems and operations we have to help you guys as much as possible. When I started this, like that was just normal to me. Like I knew
yeah,
like, okay, if I want to get everybody as much results as humanly possible, and these people who decide to put their faith in me and get actually make them money, I need things put together in a way where it has it super structured. And what I noticed over
yeah,
time, especially people reaching out to me coming from other mentorships, is like, bro, some of these other guys have mentorships where it's just like there's no structure at all. You just randomly
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
maybe message them here and there. There's no structure of calls. There's no structure of this is when this will happen. There's no structure of products. Like it doesn't make sense, bro. And like no wonder
yeah.
these guys barely get results. It's crazy,
I
dude.
know. Yeah,
It
yeah.
just they burn so many people, bro. It's so unfortunate to see.
Yeah, I've worked with like consultants with my 9 to 5 in the past, and like
Mm-hmm.
the level of detail and support that I get from you guys is way greater than some of these other consultants. I'm talking like really big consultants, companies and
Wow.
things like that. Like the level of personal help that you get is
Yeah.
far greater, which is a crazy comparison.
Yeah.
It's a very
That's
good
awesome,
comparison.
bro. That's
But yeah, but
crazy.
that's my experience, and it was one of the things why one of the reasons I wanted to join back, of course. Like
Yeah. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. So, I mean, just thinking to yourself, where do you think you would be personally, like if you never joined the program with organic?
I think I would be progressing, but I think I would be extremely far behind. I think I would be in a very frustrated state. I think I would obviously have not made anywhere near as much money, and I certainly wouldn't have quit my job
Yeah.
as quickly as I had. I mean, I definitely would still be doing organic, because that's just would never quit like that. But yeah, I would. I don't think I would be enjoying it at all. Yeah,
Amazing, bro. I'm glad we could keep that from happening, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
for sure.
So, what would you say to 4 and 5 figure organic drop shippers that are, they watch all my videos, they're watching this case study right now,
Mhm.
that may still be, on the fence about joining the program and getting inside and working with us? What would you say to these people?
Well, I mean, firstly, obviously, join the program, and the key benefits for me from going, because literally within these past 2 months, I've gone from a 5 figure to a 6 figure organic dropship in these past two
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
The key things that I think that made me get to there would be the mindset stuff that you guys that we talk about collectively.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
talk about it. Samuel's done some stuff on it. I think Sebi's done some stuff on it. The kind of the mindset of when you're in a rut, this is the way you should think. And like I was kind of talking about before, just take the pressure off yourself. That really helped me. And I think it was Samuel that did a call on that. So that whole mindset of, you guys have been in that situation. You guys gone from 5 to 6 figure being drop shippers. And this is the mindset you adopted. So the mindset side of things. The second thing for sure is every product that you run, it's going to convert and it's going to do well. All you need to do is and most 4 or 5 figure drop shippers, their content's pretty good, right? It's just really locking in a strategy on Instagram and having a bank of products. And those two things are basically, pretty much guaranteed when you join the mentorship.
Exactly.
So yeah, absolutely join. And they're the couple of things that I benefited most from it. So
what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another case study. Actually, one of the best case studies being posted on the channel to date. Today, we have my boy Peter here, and we're going to talk about how within the last 30 days, he's done almost $170,000 in USD in revenue. What's up, Peter, my man? Welcome.
Hello, Ethan. Thank you for having me.
No problem,
Hello,
brother. No problem. If you could just really quick, just introduce yourself, kind of, your name, where you're from, your age, that fun stuff.
So I'm Peter. I'm 27. I live in Greece and I'm doing organic dropshipping.
Of course. Amazing. So really quick, before we kind of get into your actual background and all these fun things that we do on our case studies, let's just go ahead and show our results for these last 30 days. And I know it's between 2 stores, 2 different products. So let's see the first one. Perfect. So 74,000, virtually 75,000 on one of them. Now let's see the second one.
So here it is.
Beautiful. Virtually 95,000 on the second one. And now guys, keep in mind, this isn't even just Q4. These sales are still going insane, even 9 days into January, which is where normally people see kind of the biggest drop off. So with that being said, we're going to kind of get into all the little things on, how Peter's so consistent, how he's done these numbers, how the program's helped him, all that fun stuff. But before we do that, if you could, Peter, just kind of introduce yourself, your background. Of course, you do organic drop shipping, but how long you've been doing organic, your basic overview of your journey with organic before getting into the program. So, how many sales you did, how many views you were at, how long you've been doing organic, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So I've been doing organic dropshipping for about a year and a half. Before that, I wasn't really into business. I have a physics degree. Then I did a master in biomechanical engineering. And then I did a PhD again in the field of biomechanical engineering. So I was
So how many years were you in college?
It must be around 10 years. It's 10 years.
Wow.
Yep.
And not to say that was useless, but it doesn't really matter anymore now, huh?
Yeah. It seems like this, yeah. It won't matter, but it's kind of weird because most people, when I tell them what I'm doing right now for a living with organic dropshipping, they tell me, oh, you studied for so many years, all this knowledge, you're going to throw it into the garbage. But what I gained through this year, the person that I became and the struggles that I dealt with, these were the most important things that built me up as a person. And now with these traits, I can transfer this into everything in my life, into business and into other aspects of my life. So
I love it, bro.
It was not useless at all.
That's amazing, bro. I know earlier on with you in the program, you mentioned something about being in college. I had no idea you were in college for 10 years, studying for 10 years. That is insane. That is beautiful, bro. So what were your sales and views before joining the program?
I was sitting around 25K and my views were about 20 million, something like this, 30 million.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. And before getting into the program and working with us, what do you feel like was 1 or 2 things that you were struggling with the most before having our help?
I was struggling the most with finding a good product because in the first time I was seeing products and I was thinking, oh, this is a banger, this is a banger, this is a banger. And I thought that I knew everything about products. And this killed so much time. It delayed my success, and I couldn't easily go viral. I was just hopping on trends,
Yeah.
and I could go viral with some products, with some showcasey products. I was making some good money for me back then, but I was not learning the skill. I
Yeah.
was just hopping on trends.
Yeah. Right. So really just, of course, from the basics that almost everybody struggles with, which is hard to go viral consistently and not being able to just identify actual winning products. So you feel like the biggest thing you struggled with was just mainly inconsistency overall.
Product selection and inconsistency, yeah.
Great, great. So before, like with you struggling with those and, before you were in the program, not getting help from us, what were things you were trying to do that, obviously weren't working to finally get to that level, before you decided, okay, I'm just going to, work with us?
Yeah. So for the first month, I bought some courses and I learned everything around dropshipping on my own. Then I paid the mentor, and it was good at the beginning, but it didn't go as planned at the end. So that was the situation. Then I continued for some more time on my own, and then I came to you guys.
Right. Gotcha. And it sucks. It's unfortunate, but that's honestly what we get a lot in these case studies, or just a lot of our students in general. They just come from mentorships that just didn't work out that great. And, we don't have to go into details with that, whether it was the quality or whatever it may have been. I'm just glad that we were able to be the people that actually genuinely helped you all the way through. It's really awesome.
Yeah. I'm really glad that I'm working with you too.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been a great student, Peter. So with that being said, I know you said you were in other mentorships and all these different things, trying these other different things. Like, what made you decide to choose us, at the time you did?
Okay, that's a great question. Because here I want to mention something for everyone that is watching this video. If you see somebody showcasing his cars, his girls, and his luxury lifestyle, and he's selling you a course, just run away. This is what I want to mention here.
I love it. Yeah, you gotta
run away.
Lifestyle flexers.
Yeah, because these guys, it's sad to say that, but these guys attract so many young people, and they are very convincing because they are showcasing everything to you, and you're like, oh
yeah, it's a huge play on emotions for sure.
Yeah, and now that I'm really deep into business, I'm watching these guys, and I said, oh, this is a great way of marketing yourself, but it's way unethical, and most of the times you don't get results.
Exactly. I would say majority of the time, because it's great you actually brought this topic up. This is the first time we've ever talked about this topic on my YouTube channel, actually, I think. But, I'm virtually the polar opposite of that. As you can see, like looking at a channel like mine, it's very educational based. It's really where you go to actually learn about organic and actually hear all these deep details that nobody else is talking about. And I think the reason that there's like that polar difference is not just the decision on my end compared to these other guys out there. I think a lot of it, and as you said, it's very unfortunate. I think a lot of it is that's really all they can do for the most part. And so just putting that together, I don't think I've ever seen a program out there that's marketed like most of these other organic dropshipping programs, where it's mainly what they call lifestyle flexing, day in the lives. Look at these cars. Look at what I'm doing with my life. I don't think I've ever heard of one actually being of, a good amount of value, when that's kind of what they're, how they actually get students. So that was a great point you brought up. I agree 1,000,000,000%. I hate the lifestyle flexing, honestly. So just to get in your mind, I guess, how were you feeling back when you weren't getting our help, or, when you were going through the bad mentorships, or just not, at the place we're at now?
I was feeling kind of lost. It took me 6 months to get my first sale. And when I achieved this, it was a life-changing moment for me, because I heard the catching sound and I was like, yeah, so now it begins.
Amazing, bro.
But it not went as I thought it would go, because then things were not going well. So I felt kind of lost, and I was trying my best, and I had some success, because back then it was the trends with my business is failing, etc., with the stitch clips. And to be honest, I was using some clips back then. It made me my first good amount of money.
Right.
But at the end, I was not learning the skill at all, and I was back to zero. After the trend dies, my sales died too. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I want to preface really quick, guys, when I just said awesome in the middle of Peter talking about how down bad he was, I wasn't saying it was awesome that Peter felt that way. In general, I said awesome because now knowing the place we've got him to, it just makes me feel that much better that we were able to help him kind of get out of that sort of thought process, being so lost and all these different things, man. I just want to preface that because I realized it sounded like I was glad you felt that way. But with that being said, now let's talk about the contrast, the other side of that. Now that we're at this level, 170K in a single month, you've officially reached GOAT status, which is the whole point of this program, guys. If you didn't know, that's what we do. We take 4, 5, and 6-figure organic dropshippers and help them make their first or their next 6 figures with organic. And by the end of it all, help them reach what we call GOAT status. This is, real big boy numbers over here, not these lifestyle flexers out there that, share student results to post all over their social medias. This is where you come if you actually want to get to this level that Peter's at. So, Peter, now that we're at this level, now how do you feel?
It feels great. It feels amazing. I was dreaming of these moments. I was trying to manifest this. And eventually, if you want it bad enough and you keep working, you're going to get there. It's all about what you want to achieve in life. And if your goals are clear enough, you're going to get there. Just be patient, work hard.
I love it. And that's one thing, Peter, out of, all the students we've worked with, I've noticed Peter, I wouldn't say is the best at, but is kind of what I'm trying to get to is in terms of manifestation and mindset. Peter has always, before we even started recording, I was talking to Peter about how he reminded me so much of myself. To give you a perspective of what I mean by this, I'll actually even have my editors throw it on screen. The day or, the few days before Peter joined the program, he literally sent me a message saying, "Hey, Ethan, I'm going to be a case study. I'm going to be one of your best students. You just watch," right? And I noticed every call with him, every time I'm talking to him, outside of, other students and everybody else, which there are a few guys who understand manifestation as to what it is like Peter and I do. But, you could just tell he really had this mental image. He really genuinely had this version of himself that he was slowly becoming. And this is something any and all of you watching this video right now could take from this. If you can see that mental image of that evolved version of yourself clearly enough, and you act every single day as if you are that version of yourself, and you as Peter was saying, dream about it, go to sleep thinking about it, be daydreaming in the middle of the day about it, it is inevitable that your reality forces that, or the universe forces that to be your reality. And Peter, I'm a great showcase of it. And now we have Peter here, who's an amazing showcase of it. All it takes is really finding out exactly who this future version of you is, understanding you are going to become him, understanding, before it even happens, you are him. And then all you have to do is put in the work. And the universe just has God himself actually has a way of, just making that your reality. It's just so beautiful to see that, Peter. It's awesome. So, outside of that, though, I'm curious, like, is your life any different right now? Like, do you have any trips planned? Have you been, maybe going out? What's your life like now? Is there anything that is kind of noticeable to you compared to like when you were just kind of stuck at that 25K rev and now you're 170K month that's like different in your life?
To be honest, nothing has changed. I'm still working the same amount of hours. The only thing that has changed is the results that I'm getting right now and the consistency. And my goal was to be able to build something big, and to be able to live off that. And that's my goal now. I can start. I have started to. I can pay myself through my company, and I can live off that.
Mm-hmm.
And my general goals is just to live free, to live on my own terms, maybe to go on some trips. I will maybe go for a trip with my girl.
Love it, bro.
Yeah.
And see, what's so great about just how insane our results have been just within this, like, such a short amount of time. You can have this like overwhelming sort of peace and confidence now that, like, even if everything went to zero, you're still okay from what we've done in just 30 days. Now, of course, that's not where we want to be stuck at, but for some reason, it almost always, they go hand in hand. The more calm and confident you are and less worry, less anxiety, less negative thoughts and less pressure, almost the more you actually end up, succeeding. So, it's even better. It's going to feel even more effortless. It's just great, the position you've put yourself in, brother. That's great. So now to just kind of move on to our sort of next subject, our next question. Of course, I know this, but let's kind of let the viewers know. How long were you in the program before you started seeing like actual noticeable results? If you could kind of just give us a time frame, because I know, we had a few good months here and there. Now, of course, this is our craziest month. So if you could just kind of give us a time frame on from when you joined and when you started seeing an increase in revenue and all these fun things.
In order for me to see the results, it took me about 2 months into the program, something like that, or maybe 2.5 or 3 months. But here I want to mention something. Most people, when they think about results, they think about big, high revenue. But what people should think about when they think about results is becoming better and better. So from the first week that I was in the program, I felt this. I felt that I was gaining the knowledge. I was learning how all platforms work. And I just knew that if I keep working on these, the results will come. So the results may took 2 months to come, but me getting better, constantly getting better throughout the program, this happened since day one and since week one. So yeah.
Love it, bro. I love it. And once again, that just goes even more into just how Peter's mindset truly has helped him get to this level. And it's like so noticeable, even from me being his mentor. I could just see it from, just in his character from our first call. Like it was literally like the first few weeks in the program. And he's like, no, Ethan, trust me. I'm loving this. I'm already getting results. It's already so helpful and like all these different things, even though to me, I'm sitting there like, okay, I want us at a certain revenue. Maybe we're not there yet, but you could just tell Peter was still so thankful and so appreciative, even when we weren't at that certain revenue yet. And that just goes to say something. So if you could just do you remember like the actual numbers? Maybe we could even bring it back up on your phone if you wanted to, of when these kind of results started coming in and what those numbers were, like a month by month playbook.
Yeah, it was my first good month was a 15K month with the product. And this was my highest month ever. This was the first success that I saw in the program, and this I think it happened in the second month.
Great. And then what did that third month look like?
So the third month was a bit worse. It was around 8K, and the reason for that is because I didn't hear you, and I'm a really stubborn guy. And I just think that my ideas are the greatest ideas of all. And I just kept doing different things and testing different scenarios, etc. And this is not how things goes.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we had a call, and you told me, bro, you have to listen to me. Just do these things.
I remember that call.
Just do this strategy. And what I did is I just started doing the strategy you told me, and the rest is history.
I love it, brother. I love it. And there's actually many such cases, just so you don't feel alone with that. It's pretty common. Like, I understand it to a certain extent. Everybody does have great ideas every now and again and things of that nature. And just so everybody can get an idea of what he was referring to, we're talking about the IG strat, which is really where about 80 to 90% of all these case studies come from. Is half the time when I sit down with the student and we go over their IG strat. Of course, all the other coaching, all the other calls they have with their coaches, all of these play a role. But that IG strat is, one of the most vital in terms of like actually seeing an immediate sort of result from the coaching. And, what Peter was doing, I kind of gave him the IG strat, which it's, a whole boatload of things. It's data driven, it's systematic. It's, it's kind of like almost like one of Per Mill's patented sort of things. And, I gave him very specific things to do. I told him, do this with this video, do this with this text hook. We're going to do this. We're going to post this many times a day, right? This very structured sort of mechanism with his IG. And Peter had great ideas. He did. But what Peter didn't understand is it wasn't about, when we're at that level with where his IG was, what I knew that he didn't is that it's not about great content at this point with where his IG was. It wasn't about how good of a video can he go and make. What's our next best text hook we could come up with, right? And it's more about just understanding these platforms, understanding and being able to see what a certain product or a certain account wants, and then continuing to feed it that. And then once Peter kind of released that, and that's what's crazy is because, most organic dropshippers, that's still how they view organic. And that's why, you still see all these guys stuck at, 25K lifetime rev like Peter, or, 100K lifetime rev, or maybe they go up and then they go back to zero, is because they still have this interpretation of content as, if I want to win and make a lot of money, I just need to be able to continue making the best video possible. Instead of understanding that really once you get to kind of where Peter was at, it switches from that because of course you have to understand content at a certain level and, get to a certain amount of being able to create good content and being at a certain level with that. But after that, this game very quickly becomes more of a sort of systematic approach towards content. And then as soon as Peter really kind of understood that and started listening to the actual sort of data-driven content strategy, it was up from there. It's so funny you brought that up. I remember that call very vividly. That's great, bro. That's awesome. So, outside of all these awesome results we've gotten and all these fun things, what do you feel like you just enjoyed the most about the program? It can be one thing, it can be two things. What do you feel like you enjoyed the most being here working with us?
So I enjoyed the most having the chance to work with each coach individually, and whatever he wanted to say, he told this thing specifically for me. He examined my case, my situation, my problem, and whatever the problem was, it was going specifically for me, and I was getting all the help that I needed. So this was the most important thing for me.
That's great. That's great. And speaking of coaches, and like we were talking about other mentorships earlier on, and this is especially common with like these, lifestyle flexing sort of gurus out there, is one thing a lot of people don't understand about per mill. And, there's a reason, of course, outside of this, that we're the highest level of coaching you can now get within the organic dropshipping space. And we're actually the only coaching out there that doesn't even accept beginners anymore because we teach at such an advanced level. A lot of these programs out there, they'll have their coaching team or their little main guy, and you end up never talking to the main guy himself that you actually end up trying to buy the mentorship for. And then they'll have like 2 or 3 coaches that are at your level or below your level, have no idea what they're doing. They'll have coaches that are 10K, 20K lifetime rev. I've even heard of horror stories of people that have never even made money with organic being coaches within other people's program. And that is, once again, that's just another little add-on to our quality of the program. Each of Peter's coaches, each of the coaches inside of, Per Mill's Inner Circle is a 6- and 7-figure organic drop shipper. Like all of our coaches, it's insane. 20K days, million lifetime rev. I'm now million lifetime rev. All these different, very, very basically some of the best organic drop shippers in the entire space. So I'm glad you brought that up. And that's kind of how we're able to be so sort of sophisticated, like Peter was saying, with like that individualized help and each coach really being able to move the needle that much more. So I'm glad you brought that up. With that being said, without the program, where do you think you would be now? If you would have never joined the program, what do you think would be happening?
God knows.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I guess the better question is,
Maybe.
do you think you would have achieved these results at the time you did without being in the program?
Definitely not. I would not achieve these results in the same time that I did right now, because the coaching program works as an accelerator, because you will have to put the work by yourself. No one's gonna come to help you. But if you have somebody next to you that is already where you wanna reach, then this is the best scenario. So this is why your coaching program is great.
Love it, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you for those kind words. I'm so glad we were able to help you. And once again, I'm so proud of you, brother. The results you had are awesome. I can't wait to see what we do for 2026. So kind of how I end all of these off is just a simple question. What would you say to someone who's watching this video right now, has been watching my YouTube channel for a minute and maybe been thinking about joining the program, finally getting to that next level, but they're not quite ready to join yet, or they just need that final push? What would you say to these people to help them make that decision?
Yeah. So I would say to them that I want to use a parallel example. So if you want to hit the gym and you want to get big and strong, you can definitely do it on your own. The knowledge is out there throughout the internet, etc. And you can definitely do it on your own, but it may take you, let's say, 4 years. But if you have a buddy that is already hitting the gym and is already at the final stage that you want to reach, then being next to him will help you achieve the results faster, and he will help you avoid all the mistakes that he did on his journey. So this is how coaching works. It's not that you can't do it on your own, but you may waste time. You may waste a lot of time. And if you want to achieve things faster with more precision, then your coaching is a great I would say the greatest choice, because I've been watching literally everyone since day one, and the transparency and not only the knowledge, because everyone in the space that is big enough and known enough has achieved some great results, but we need to focus more on being around good people with morals that know what they are doing in their life, that they are good people in general, good mentality, and you are the perfect example. You, your program, and the other coaches, everyone in the program. Yeah.
Appreciate that a lot, brother. I really do. And I think everything else you said was perfectly said, perfectly put together. So with that being said, guys, if you're interested in joining the program, getting coached by the best coaching program that even exists and is in the organic dropshipping space, and you're a 4, 5, or 6-figure organic dropshipper, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description of this video where you can apply to join Per Mill's Inner Circle and Per Mill's Advanced program. And after that, book a call with me personally, where me and you will sit down and talk, and we'll kind of go over what you're currently doing with organic, where your business is at now, and how I may be able to help you. So once again, if you're interested in getting coached and joining Per Mill's Advanced program, I'm going to leave that link down below in the description. Click on it, apply, book a call with me, and hopefully I see you soon. And then hopefully we end up on a video call just like this, like Peter here, with more awesome results for you. With that being said, thanks for being here, guys. Peter, thanks for joining us, brother. And that's going to be it for this case study. Peace.